Here we are, Rusty Bearings podcast. On this episode, we got Mr. Reggie Colvin. Good afternoon. How are you?
Hey, I'm all right. I exist.
You exist.
Yeah, that's
Jesus.
that's what I say every time.
Where are
Never,
you at right now?
I'm in Echo Park in Los Angeles, California.
Got it.
My second apartment.
Well, what's up with the first apartment? You were just kind of explaining that, but do you?
So I sorry. I just got back from Korea like a month ago, but when I was there, I guess I had just like I just kind of got over everything. And so I just looked for an apartment and just moved while I was in Korea. And when I came back, I just decided to like move everything out and set someone else up here. But I still come here because my like friends live here, and I just have like I still handle like some stuff out of here,
Yeah.
like business wise.
Did you get like a solo living situation? Can kind of live on your own, then come and hang out with the crew?
I don't hang out.
What do you do?
I do business.
Okay.
I've given up on anything fun. I genuinely just work. So when I come,
Focused. I like it.
I guess it's something. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I do.
Cool. And what are you guys doing there? If you're not having fun, what are you working on at that spot?
So I used to sew here, but I sold the machines, but I left a lot of my supplies to my old roommate, and he makes clothes. So like this stuff. And so I just help him with production, and then the other roommate that subleads from me, he does all my shipping now, like as of like last week. So
Okay.
all the Huey Lewis brand and
Yeah,
corporate,
this is
like
for Huey Lewis.
and now corporate.
Yeah.
Okay.
But more importantly, Huey Lewis. I don't care about corporate anymore.
Yeah. Kind of a shift in focus. Is that the
No, I
deal?
just I hate skateboarding.
Ha 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 ha.
It's
It
a
sucks.
double-edged sword.
Skateboarders suck. Bad people.
Yeah.
There's strikes and
Yeah.
gutters. Yeah. There's ups and
Yeah.
downs, right?
I
Yeah.
guess. I mean, the people that raised me, like you guys, are solid, but I can't say the same about most people I've encountered outside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
I kind of look at it. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
yeah, no, I just honestly don't enjoy it. I enjoy
Yeah.
the act of it a lot. I skate a shit ton, but
Yeah.
I only skate by myself. I don't skate with people.
Yeah. And are you describing like the business aspect of things or just all the
I,
weird dynamics that go into the whole thing?
I think when I got into the business side of it, the weird dynamics of humans got into it, and then the business side bled into that, and then I have like an industry job, and
Right.
it's just like
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm a little too opinionated for humans and skateboarding. We'll just say that.
Yeah, but then you've got the fine balance of I don't really know your position, but you do have you work like you say for Carhartt or
I
well,
did.
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So that's quite the opposite, I guess. I just never really knew what you did for them, but
Yeah,
yeah.
so I was the TM,
Mhm.
and I also did like freelance marketing for them too. So I would like produce style and conceptualize shoots. But mostly I just dealt with the skateboarding side for the US. Like I like built out the team and helped produce like videos and content, and then just it was cool while it lasted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were working in conjunction with cards based out of Michigan or overseas then?
Overseas. So I worked for Carhartt Whip, and
Okay.
that's the fashion brand, like the fashion like lifestyle skate brand,
Yep.
as some people would call it, the fake Carhartt.
The fake card. Dude, that's
Shit.
the original Carhartt. I mean, dude, Matt, I don't know about you, but I remember watching like 4-in-1s and like I was like, why the hell they have Carhartt
Exactly.
logos all over the ramps? What is going on?
Well, we just
Yeah.
get a bunch of fucking country blumpkins that come in.
Yeah.
I can get this beanie for $10 at Tractor Supply, and then you want to explain the makeup to them, but instead you just go, you're right. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Fuck
Why
it.
why do we have a skate team when we can get a PO from Walmart and be done with this, right? Like
Yeah,
something along those lines? Yeah.
basically. I mean,
Yeah.
as well, skateboarding don't pay shit.
Yeah, man. It's a tough one.
That's for sure.
So hey, how long have you been in Los Angeles for?
since like late 2015 or early 2016, I
Okay,
believe.
so you're coming up on 10 years or right about, yeah?
Yeah,
Wow. What
yeah.
prompted the move out there? What was that all about?
I was just like bouncing around from like college to college and not really. I knew what I wanted to do, but I didn't understand how to do it. I knew I wanted to make clothes, but I didn't understand like how or like what. And then just being like just stuck in like the mentality of like you have to like work a job and make money. I was just stuck working jobs in St. Louis or wherever I was at, and it wasn't like getting me anywhere. And I just
Yeah.
can't. I can get pretty like annoyed if I'm not able to do what I want to do, and I guess it just finally pushed me to come out. I was in Arizona for a little while prior.
Ah, okay. But the interest in clothing happened in the St. Louis before you started bouncing around?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it happened like the same time as like skateboarding happened.
Ah,
See. Oh yeah.
okay. Um, dude, the thing that's great about this, like, I kind of know you, but not really. But where did you grow up in the St. Louis area? Like,
So
where?
I was born in like Tower Grove, and
Ah,
then I was raised in Affton.
Afton.
Yeah,
Ooh, that's the other other LA. Yeah,
yeah,
Yeah.
Lower Afton.
Yeah.
yeah.
And
Yeah,
that's the
I'm from
heavy JB connection for you, I would guess, because that's
yeah,
right there.
yeah.
Okay. So
Interesting. Is that where
Um,
you actually started skating then around the around Afton or?
I started seeing it. I started seeing it when I was younger because I before I started living out there, I used to live by Blow School.
Oh yeah.
yeah, yeah.
I would see Jack and Joe skating.
Okay.
No way.
I didn't quite skate, but I would see it.
Jack Donzi, Joe Herbert. No way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like Randy, like this is, but I was like a kid, like probably
Yeah.
like pre junior, like element, like almost entering like sixth grade.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that was a great spot. I mean,
I
still,
hated that shit. Never done a trick there in my life.
you never what
Ah,
did what?
I've never done a single trick there in my life.
Really?
Hell no, I've never done a trick anywhere. I don't
Oh, I've seen footage
notorious
to
for
prove
not knowing
otherwise.
anything.
yeah. 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 Yeah.
Jesus. That's cool. So you started seeing some people around, but then kind of slowly started getting into it,
Yeah,
middle school era, age or whatever.
yeah. I remember I got knockout kinged over there for skating.
What's that mean?
Whoa.
Knockout King was a game where like kids would walk around and sucker punch you, and the goal is to knock you unconscious. And
Just random
Yeah.
kids?
yeah, I remember skateboarding.
No way.
I lived a few streets down from Blow, and I had the Enjoy board. It was like with prints on it.
Yeah, a Jerry Sue
Someone,
board, I think, right?
someone gave it to me, and they were just like, "Put down the skateboard," and I was just like, "Oh, I'm just trying to learn how to skate." And then it's like I've never been like the smallest guy, like slender, but I'm kind of tall and whatever. But they're just like, don't swing the skateboard. And I was like, I'm not, I'm just trying to skate. I walked off, bounced my head off the pole, and then just beat me up.
Oh my God,
Damn.
dude.
Probably
All
deserved
right.
it.
Yeah, man.
Mm,
Some of those neighborhoods around there were harsh, right? Freaking,
Yeah, I think everyone should get beat up in their life, especially skateboarders. I think now, like people, skateboarders, they think they can say anything without a consequence. I say whatever I want because I'm aware of a consequence and I'm willing to take it on.
yeah.
What?
People don't want consequence. They just want to
yeah.
go
I love a
unconsequential.
good consequence.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Get a clip.
Yeah. Freaking go through life without any consequence. That's
Yeah,
not
I'm
a,
happy
Yeah.
that that's the way it kind of happened. I mean, definitely like was alienated as like a black dude skating. Like I didn't see any other black people until like later skating.
what year are we
Yeah. I
talking about
mean,
roughly? Like, what are you thinking?
What was like
gee,
what happened when the motherfucking towers blew up? When was that?
2001.
Yeah.
I didn't skate yet.
But you're making me think about JB, which I always look at as very white bread for sure. Like
I
that
mean,
whole when it comes about, but I don't know the true breakdown of
of like
the
JV. I mean,
skate scene era at the time, but it wasn't very diverse. Let's put it that
yeah,
way.
but that was like it never like I tell people like this, like I've never really dealt with like was never concerned about diversity unless it was like brought to me. But I was never maybe like of course like sometimes, but in skating I was never it was never like, oh, it's the black skater homie with as I just and of course like I'm sure you know, like my life is like I've been surrounded by white people my whole life. Like my godparents are white.
Hmm.
I
I
went to
did
a
not know
Catholic
that.
school
No.
like
Yeah.
earlier in my life, like, and then it's like Gabe and Alex are like my family, and I've known them like pretty much most of my skating career. So it's just like I never really worried about like diversity in skating, and also it's just skateboarding. I don't give a fuck. Like
Yeah.
I'm
And
just
uh,
skating, but it would be weird outside of skateboarding, say like maybe dealing with like girls or like people that don't
Sure.
understand like how the fuck did I get into it's like my mom called it white, like she'd say that's my little white boy, and it's be like
oh wow.
I don't know. So,
Wow.
but other than that,
Wow.
Yeah, it's
well,
interesting. Like you're kind of rolling around with the crew that doesn't think like that, but the rest of the world does, I suppose. You know what I mean? And then you
yeah,
kind of get thrown, I don't want to say thrown into real life situations, but reality might come back every now and again. Like, oh, fuck, you know?
yeah, it definitely happened as I started to get like older, like when you start to go out, like when like the whole like Grove scene, like I've been called like a nigger at that, and we've like had to deal with that. But then again, all my best friends that are white
Yeah, sure.
go that with or for me. So it's just like I don't really it's I don't know. I just
Yeah.
Yeah.
like was phased by like I think when it comes to if it anything I don't like, it's just like whatever until I want to make it a problem. So I kind of just went through life like that.
How so? What do you mean by that?
Like say now, I don't work jobs I don't like. I don't make things I don't like. I don't
Okay.
talk to people.
Yeah.
I don't
Nice.
I just and I mean it's kind of fucked like but I always figure it out. I knew I always felt that way,
Yep.
but like nowadays I just really act on that. Like after the Carhartt thing, like people have offered me jobs and I just like, yeah, I'm just fucking broke. I'll like figure it out.
Yeah, but you're just not into it, so it doesn't even sound appealing. Yeah.
No, it's just like it's impossible for me to do.
Yep.
Like it's like
Mhm.
I'll never be poor.
Yeah.
It's like I have too many ideas.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I can sell them. But yeah,
Yes.
so yeah, I don't
That's
know.
like
When I was
sounds like
younger,
a good spot to be in.
Yeah.
I don't think it is.
No?
No, you're resourceful enough. It's okay. If you weren't, then it'd be a challenge. You know what I mean? Like if
Yeah.
you were someone waiting for stuff to come to you, then that's a recipe for disaster. But um, there's nothing wrong with just sticking with your guns. Like you settle or something, and then you're unhappy. Like what's the use of that, right?
I don't know. I feel like that's a Missouri mentality.
What's
So
that?
to like settle.
Uh,
People just get over things. And I feel like that sometimes. And I was just talking to my mom today and there's been a lot of stuff going on since I moved out here. And she's kind of like that. And I see it all through my family and some of my
yeah,
friends. And I'm definitely my own worst enemy. Like you see like the crew here, I don't really hang out with them. I don't hang out with anyone. I moved into an apartment by myself to just like be,
yeah,
become myself. So I don't go out. I don't really go outside. I skate every day at 4 a.m. And if I need to like film something, I'll like go film it.
yep,
And then if I need to do something with like the corporate guys, I'll like handle that. But
yeah.
otherwise, I kind of like gave up on interacting with people.
Dude, you enjoy your alone time. It sounds like, right?
No, I'm just tired of people.
Yeah. It can be exhausting. Put your energy into stuff that's more productive than trying to navigate relationships and people and all that sort of stuff.
I say that, but I'm very much so a community person.
Um, let's pull it back into South County zone. So is Affton South County? Afton South County,
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
it's
Okay.
adjacent.
I don't fucking know
Yeah,
where it's at, dude.
it is.
Um, um, you just mentioned Gabe Kehoe and Alex Kehoe. When did you meet them? Did you meet them like really young? Is it like that?
I met them in my early teens.
Really? Are they
Mhm.
from there? Are they from around that same area?
Webster. They're from Webster
Webster.
Grove, so it's
Okay.
right. It's the neighboring.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like you could skate or walk there if you wanted to.
Where'd you meet those guys?
Uh, I met Gabe through Jason Tate
All
Okay.
right. Yeah.
at this by Slough at this these ledges that were covered.
Yeah.
There, it's like Randy goes up this little thing, he turns around and he front boards the rail out. It's a part of
Yeah.
Slough.
Yep.
So
Yeah,
used to be the Social Security building. But
yeah. And
anyways,
then
yeah.
I was just with Gabe like ever since that.
Huh. That's crazy, man. So you guys were mostly sticking around the South County zone, or wait, if you were at SLU, you were kind of getting out and about then, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, like Gabe's like always street skateboarded.
Yeah, you did,
I
didn't you?
mean, if you're from St. Louis, you only were able to street skate. So
Great
yeah,
point.
Yeah.
he's just always known spots. And I used to just like be like, my original crew is like Ryan Brinkman, Kevin Deutman, like Matt Frenzel, and just like those. And then like my god brother Denver and my friend Joey, we would skate like just like spots we knew, but then started venturing out. And Gabe was like a little older and
Okay.
seasoned, so he just knows what skating should look like and what spots should look like. So he just take you there. And he had a car.
Yeah. Kind of a good perspective for someone who eventually becomes a filmer, right?
Yeah, I think I tell everyone out here like he's the best like filmer ever.
Yeah. He's got good
Got some.
footage.
And I
It's got a
think
good
that
resume.
yeah, and that rubbed off on me and I kind of like my skating is like slowed down. It's picked back up heavily, but the spots aren't as desirable here. So I've had to kind of like find my own thing. So I just keep going east
Mm.
because it
Oh,
reminds me.
sweet.
So I skate in Pasadena and Eagle Rock.
Yeah. I was
Yeah.
about to say Glendale, but that's maybe not east enough for
No, and yeah,
you.
Glendale too, it has like these like kind of it's kind of suburban, which as I get
Yeah.
older, I feel like I think I may want that. And so I like seeing it. And I mean, sadly, I don't enjoy seeing homeless people or piles of human shit anywhere. So I stay
Yeah.
the inner city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just
It
skate.
is.
The spots are
Yeah.
like little. There's a ton of spots where people don't seem to go out there because it's like typical for LA. It's just like spot on Instagram. Everyone's going to skate it.
Yeah, man.
It's just beveled and it's bullshit. And someone did a little spinny flippy any trick and like they shut down. But I
I,
don't
s-
give.
I spent a handful of years in Los Angeles and there was many courthouse sessions and I'm like, guys, like we got to try something else, you know? Like this is great, but
Skating Jaquan every Sunday is nerve wracking.
it looks
Even over the
nerve-wracking.
skate a ledge. I can't lolly that.
Too short for a Wally, right?
Yeah.
No, I figured it out. But
I
no,
bet. I bet.
it's just too
Jesus.
stagnant.
Yeah. Hey, Matt, you were talking about this. So when does JB get built? Like I wasn't around for that one, man. What
Like
year is
Dude, I bet
2000,
Reggie knows more than
2007.
me.
I
Because
graduated in 2008. So man, I think it got built in 2007 or 2006.
phase one or whatever. I don't know.
Wait,
Wasn't there
2007?
two phases?
really? They rebuilt it?
No, like the lower section,
Oh, yeah.
right? Was there for like maybe a year
Yeah, that I
before the
remember.
upper
Yeah.
section got built. It
Mhm.
wasn't long before the upper section got built,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. Was that like the
maybe.
go-to spot for you guys? Was it like that?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, every single day.
Every single
Oh,
day.
sick. Yeah, we were not part of that. I mean, we went to JB for sure a lot, right? When it opened, or I can't remember if you're around living
I
here.
wasn't around, but I do remember part one and part
Oh,
two. I
that's right. You're
remember.
not. And
You guys didn't go there every day because I remember like I would be really excited for you guys to show up, but you didn't show up. Just
no,
that's
yeah,
radical dog. And I would just like in my head, I would just be like, oh, I can't wait for Drew to get here.
Uh,
yeah. Drew is, fuck, yeah. Um,
Drew skates for
I
corporate.
would skate. Does he? Sick. That'd be
Dude,
cool.
he
That's
has so much good footage.
I
yeah.
wouldn't doubt it.
Seeing his
Yeah.
Instagram stuff, it's pretty
He's
impressive if he's got more.
I have to send him. I have to send him boards. I'm like so fucking bad at shipping boards.
You got a shipping manager now. Just put it on his to-do list. Come on.
He tells me I'm fucking. I'm the worst businessman ever. I'm selling shit to Zoomies.
We'll get you
But there's
organized
like
before this is
airs.
over.
Sorry. Oh shit. Sorry. Cool skateboard business talk. I'm taking it back to JB like There were lots of seemed like fun times I could tell that you and your
Yeah.
friends were having and a fun crew that you guys had.
Yeah, it was
Um,
it was really sick. Like I really enjoyed that time of skating.
mhm.
Like
Dude,
But
that's
Ron,
then go ahead, Todd.
I was gonna say, so the bridge is going on around then, yeah? Underneath?
no, no.
Yeah, maybe
No.
a
It
couple
came
years after
later.
that.
It came like
Okay.
as
Yeah.
we were getting older, like everyone hit like their 20s,
Oh,
like
really? It was that long. Okay, okay.
their early 20s. And we
Yeah.
because like people JB is like no one drank. We're in our like latter years of high school, and that's just like after school because like Ryan, Frenzel, Jim Tyra, everyone, then like everyone lives we all live in South County. So it's just
Mhm.
like that's the access point for everyone to go to.
Mhm.
And then we're still young and it's like
Yeah.
some people don't have cars, some people do, but the access points to go there. And then it's a good after school situation. But then we get older and the bridge gets built and people like it's everyone. I went to Arizona and I came back, the bridge was like being built. And then I
What happened? Oh, look at you. Got like a little
lost
pirate
my
grin.
teeth. Yeah, this one's fake. I just got this in Korea for $100.
Damn.
It cost me
Nice.
five. It cost me 5K for one. I lost it in a week at Outback Steakhouse in
Oh,
Glenview.
no way.
I fell asleep and it fell out of my mouth at the table.
Freaking having a
Oh
bloomin'
no.
onion and it popped out.
No, I just got really mad because the food was bad and I was just
Oh, dude, look
so
where you're
sick
at.
and
Like,
tired. I love a little trash plate.
oh my God.
And then I fell asleep and I woke up and my shit
Yeah.
was gone.
Ugh.
But I just got this in December and it was so not. It's so sick. Because I used to have just wear a grill because gold is cheap. Gold grills is
Yeah.
cheap fucking teeth, sadly.
Yeah.
But I do have business to do with people that may not be into that. So I have to code switch.
Ah, you're making.
Just learning what that fucking means. I'm so old, dude.
Hmm.
Sorry.
I played a game and I was
Jesus.
Yeah.
Hey,
I
so
I get it. I get it.
JB's going on, South County crew.
yeah.
Where'd you go to high school at? Which high school? Did you go to Afton?
I went to Bayless, home of the
Bayless,
Broncos.
home of the Broncos.
Bronco.
Uh,
They spelt it wrong.
Oh, they did.
yeah. Is that's the school that's got the like bump to bar that all you
Yeah.
guys could ollie all easy and shit?
Yeah. I love that
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember seeing clips of you doing that.
But once you become 20-ish, bridges going on, what are you doing in St. Louis then? Are you college guy? You trying to figure it out, or are you
I'm like I was and then I wasn't and then I just managed Picklemans and I was in and
okay?
I was just in and out
Oh,
of
that's
jobs.
right. I remember
I
that.
managed Picklemans and I came back home from Arizona and then I stayed there for a little bit. Then I went to Columbia to go to school for a little bit and just skated down there with like Scotty England and like a
Oh, cool.
bunch of people. And then came back home. Bridge is like around, and I'm just like working
Hmm.
and just skating every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude,
Dude,
that's
I don't, so around that time, is, the bridge is around a couple years before I get into the fucking god awful Instagram, but all new to it and shit and start following you. And dude, you were just mashing around town,
yes, you
skating
were.
across fucking town. Like, I guess you would do it, whatever, Instagram Live or where the fuck. And you'd be skating from like fucking whatever South County to like downtown or some shit. It would be
I do that
amazing,
here.
dude. I paid attention to that shit. I was like, what? This is so cool.
Was that more out of necessity or more of adventure?
Yeah, sorry if it wasn't fun for you, but
It
yeah,
was. I think it was like, and I think it was an adventure.
yeah.
And because even when I did have a car, I was doing that. And then here, I don't do it, but I bike every day. For a
Mm,
while, I was biking 60 miles for each three days. I would bike 60 miles each day, but bike every day. And I have a car here, but I just bike everywhere. I can't. I've never been able to like really like sit still until it's time to sit still. And I
yeah.
don't see the purpose of a car really, even out here, is because I'm missing stuff. Like there's like spots and there's like things for me to see. So the whole skating thing, no one else would do it. So that's like time for
Yep.
me to like get like thoughts out. because I
Yeah.
always just a bunch of like fucked off shit going on. So I'm just like
Yeah.
processing. So
Yeah.
Keep
You probably
moving so you don't have to sit still, basically. Yeah.
yeah, I like I don't enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So around this time, I actually remember going to the bridge and I remember seeing you and I was taken back by how much you talked. I was like, dude, this kid does not shut up. However, then you got up and skated and I was like, okay, maybe talk a little less, skate a little more, whatever. Um, you guys were both at the bridge around the same time. Like, who were the dudes down there that were like shredding, like that whole scene? I think there was like guys that were kind of growing up type of thing, right? It was going like that was kind of
nice
happening at the same time.
Yeah. I
for
mean,
sure.
like, Zach Del Cortivo was like pretty natural at that
Hmm.
skating the bridge, but I mean, bro, like type built that shit.
Okay.
True, of course, but I mean, no brainer. Um, Ryan was skating like a longboard, doing like
Hmm.
kickflip, nose manny, nollie flip.
Ryan
Brink,
who?
Brinkman.
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 Okay.
Yeah.
Frenzel, uh, Brennan.
Freaking Brendan
No,
Sullivan.
yep.
And then
Um,
Adam
Jim Tyra,
McKee.
but Jim would pop in and out. He was going to
Hmm.
Mizzou. Um, Alex, I feel like Alex didn't skate he skated the bridge a lot, but not a lot also. Like there was like heavy filming.
Yeah.
It just
I
took
think like filming for like Saint Losers and all that
yeah.
like
And
kept a
then
lot of
of
people
course,
away.
yeah, Randy. There was like a bunch of people skating there. Mm, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I I was honored for sure just to be the old fart
I
going
think
down
you
there.
enjoyed that though. I think Radical Dog Contest like played like a big part in like certain people's lives. Like it's
Really?
I think so. So I've come to the conclusion that Troy Machine is the best skateboard company of all time. And I just keep telling people about that and everyone wants me to shut up. But you know I do Huey Lewis, but I'm working on a new show
Okay.
and there's like odes to Radical Dog Contest and Toy Machine in
Oh, sick.
this fashion brand that
Huh.
I do for this
That's rad.
collection. It's called Ripper. And
Ripper. Is it going to be like skate video or otherwise?
so it's a fashion show.
Ah,
And but
Hmm.
it's this time I did a fashion show last year and it kind of took me to like a weird place, like positive. But it was like 500 plus people and I got really irritated with it and I left and just let the show go. But
yep.
I realized that I don't want to do that again. I need to change it every time. So I came up with like a video concept because also corporate's still going. People don't know that because I said it's done, but it's part video for one of the riders that I want to turn pro. And I'm figuring out a way to infuse this brand that I do that's kind of uh it doesn't have anything to do with corporate, but
Okay.
the thing about skateboarding, as you all know, it makes no money. And sadly, I'm in a position where that's the only thing I can give a fuck about right now.
Yeah.
And so I also have to do in my brain exactly what I want to do. So I was told by like bigger companies that I need to turn corporate into a clothing brand. So
Okay.
Turn it into a
Yeah,
basically,
clothing brand. Okay.
because
I
that's what
see.
makes the money. So, but basically, what I'm doing is I'm infusing this brand Huey Lewis in the corporate,
Okay.
and it's just like because I don't want to make my skateboard company a clothing brand. So I just like a lot of research throughout the years, like the Polar Big Boy thing. Now
Yep.
that stuff that's a clothing brand that girls
Yeah.
wear.
Yes.
I see that, and I've
Yep.
worked in retail, and sometimes I'm a little ahead of trends. And this Huey Lewis thing is kind of working, and it's really
Cool.
working in Korea.
Really?
Awesome.
Do you have a distributor in Korea? Is it like that?
Yeah, yeah.
Who?
It's called
That's
A.
great.
It's not skateboarding.
Yeah.
It's a
Who's it?
it's
Yeah,
called A.
that's awesome.
It's like a luxury brand. It's a
Okay.
luxury.
That's
They sell
so
luxury.
rad, dude.
So basically, what I've been trying to do is so there's like Supreme and Palace and stuff, but that's still kind of fast fashion. I don't work that way, but I do want to present like really high quality clothing in skateboarding because I've just never worn cheap clothes, and I've always been in the clothes, and everyone is. If you say you are not, like if you wear fucking orange beanie and Dickies, that's still a fashion
Yeah,
choice.
everybody has to wear a t-shirt,
Yeah,
man. Like that's what it comes down to, or whatever, you know.
until you
Yeah.
wear a skirt, you say no. That's
Yep.
you picking a fashion choice.
Sure, sure, sure.
Yeah.
So it's just like me figuring out how to like mold this thing together, and I say like it's I'm kind of all over the place, but a lot of my like fashion sense goes back to Jack.
Back to
Jack
what?
Donzi.
Yeah.
Jack Donzi.
Yeah.
How so?
I always because I he was one of the first skateboarders I saw, and he hung out with black people, and he had like a kind of like a swag to him that
Okay.
my mom liked.
Did your mom meet Jack?
She no, but he lived. They lived in that area by Jack and Joe lived in the area.
Oh, down Jefferson.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
Jefferson.
yeah.
Yeah,
we
yeah,
saw
yeah.
Joe getting
Krabby
his hair
Mel's.
braided. We saw
Happy
Joe getting
Meals.
his hair braided on the street, and my mom like thought he was cute, and she was just like, why can't you be like that? Because I was like in the Jeff Rowley and like Jim Greco and
Sure,
I was
sure.
like, oh wait, and like, Jack like sagged his pants, and he like his pants like sat really well on his half cabs. And I was like always like he doesn't know that, but I was always like really focused on like Jack's appearance. And this is like Radical Dog Contest, one of the first videos I saw, like
Okay.
after like the whole 4-1 like and Bam Margera stuff. And that was like I thought all you guys were like professional skateboarders or like the best skateboarders, but I was like, oh, Jack's like the best because he dresses the best
Sure.
and he like
Stylish.
looks the best on the skateboard. So I like
Dude.
tried to emulate that all my own way. And then but it went from like me wanting to just like look like Jack on a skateboard, but then me going from wanting to look like Jack to just deep diving into fashion.
Yeah,
And
dude, that's interesting. You're starting to observe that stuff at an early age. Like,
yeah, Ryan Brinkman was the same exact way. So it's just
really?
yeah, Ryan would cosplay skaters.
Uh,
It's funny as
I,
fuck. Like
I,
Ryan would like
yeah,
hit
I saw
20
him one
reels.
time at what was the spot? The tennis court banks.
Mhm.
Remember that spot?
Yeah,
And yeah, I mean, I always felt weird about talking about this, but because I definitely shared it after he passed, but because I felt weird about talking to him about it, because I don't
yeah.
know. But he was definitely dressed like Guy Gray, like to the
No,
T. It
so there
was
was a
so
thing.
wild,
No, so there
but
was a thing. We would
because I
watch
thought it was
videos.
Guy when I pulled up to the
He would
parked, I was like, "Oh, Guy's here," and then I'm like, "Oh shit, that's somebody else."
because we'd watch that video. He wouldn't say anything about it, but we like his dad would just get him anything he wanted, and
Yeah, yeah.
he would emulate different skaters, and it's just like looking back on it. I mean, like Frenzel did it too, I did it too, but like
Oh, we all did it,
Ryan
dude.
was
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
You're at the
Ryan,
everybody
age.
does that. Yeah,
Impressionable.
yeah.
he would like practice mannerisms in the mirror, and we used to make fun of him for it. Like he met
Yeah, 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 yeah.
there's a video part. I don't know where it's a video part on YouTube, and he's in his Ryan Sublette era, but it's a Ryan Sublette mixed with Guy Gray, and he's like Jock and Styles. But I like as I look more into that, I think it's important to be like that, but to be like that nowadays would be fucking terrible. These fools look fucking stupid.
Yeah, but are they doing that though?
Oh yeah,
Um,
people copy all day, but instead they want to look like rappers or
Yeah, that is true.
vampires.
Yeah.
But I mean, I just think like looking back on it, it was we were like impressionable. There was no ego to it. We wanted to look like the people we saw or like our favorite skateboarders.
Yeah.
But for me, I didn't care about how good you were at skateboarding. Like I said, Jack was the best skateboarder in the world to me because Jack wore the best clothes, just how Scott Johnson and Reese Forbes are the
yeah,
best to
Yeah.
me because
there's a
their jeans sit properly on the tongue of their shoe.
Yeah.
there's a
You know,
more to it than just
Yeah.
the maneuvers.
And I'm like
yeah.
Yeah,
really insane
yeah,
about it because in my head, I always felt like I don't have to look up to anybody skateboarding because I know how to skateboard.
Yeah.
I just want to dress nice enough to where people like girls don't think I'm like a bum, but I didn't
Yeah.
too much, or
Yeah.
I get beat up.
Well,
But then
dude,
an obsession.
if you get into the weeds, like kind of thinking about skateboarding fashion, like yes, there was the surf influence stuff from late 80s, maybe a touch of the 90s. Then everyone starts rocking stuff outside of skateboarding. And
Mhm.
then everybody understands the idea of like, oh, we can just make our own stuff, hence where Four Star comes from and stuff like that. So it's that the dudes that you're talking about that you're emulating kind of still have a little bit of that, like the outside of the skate world stuff. You know what I mean? It's not head to toe Volcom or whatever. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of a little bit more uh personality, I guess, rather than just buying stuff off the rack.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's definitely it. And then I came to like those brands. Like even with this this Ripper thing, I'm looking at a lot of like old Quicksilver.
What
Oh yeah.
like what era?
Yeah.
It's the era when
Yeah.
Dylan Reader and Reese Forbes skate for, and they came out with that promo.
Yep. That's Nodis was in charge of that era of Quicksilver. He's the one who like wrote
His
all the
skate for
logos and did
50,
all this stuff.
skate for
50
50
Cent,
cent,
right? Yeah,
and he
yeah.
wore blue plaid shorts
So
and a
good.
glove. So I'm making it.
Huh. That's
Yeah.
interesting. Hey, so just to understand, Huey Lewis is still going to exist, corporate's still going to exist, but somehow coexist. Yes?
It's they'll sometimes.
Sometimes. Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Got it.
I don't need this to be like
Every season you got to hit a calendar
Well,
type of thing.
yeah, because now I have a distribution and it might become something like an investor in Korea, and there's
Yep.
like a store and just like different things. And
Nice.
I need I so I worked at Carhartt for like since 2019, and I see how it's shaped with fashion and skateboarding. You use skateboarding as a vehicle at a very small percent of cool. So you grab in this market, a little bit of money from the skaters that'll spend a little bit of money on clothes, but then you make all this cool
Yep.
fashion stuff for the masses. But I I'm doing that, but I work slow, and I usually use dead stock fabrics, and everything's made in a
Mm.
20-mile radius from where I live, unless I make it myself.
So do your folks in Korea, do they have access to factories? Is it like that?
No, no, no. So
No.
in Korea, I don't know. They found me in a really weird way, but I flew there in December, and they told me my thing is real. My clothes are like very American without screaming American through branding, and that they were interested in me because it's exactly that, and the fact that my clothes are strictly made in America. I don't make anything outside of
Okay.
this, and so the thing about like places like that, they really like American culture and the American.
Yeah.
So I was told to only make clothes in the States.
Okay. Cool. And they're willing to pay the extra money because that's
I mean, it's like a hoodie sells for like $160. A pair of jeans sells for like
yep.
$240. I'm making leather jackets. It's like 2 grand, and people sometimes buy it.
Yeah.
and has Korea talked about flipping the script on all the tariffs, like back on us, or no? Because
No,
that no, that'd be a
No.
good thing for you for sure.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I'll have to figure it out when it comes. But
Or
this is
maybe I don't know if you're like I don't know. I don't know the depth of like you're making it here, but
I have no idea
if
what's
you
going
sold
on.
it in a store there, like I don't know,
Yeah,
I
man.
I
I
do
hate
international sales, so it's
Yeah. Todd will help you out.
it's not well, it is we don't have to worry about tariffs yet on
Yeah.
Korean produced or exported imported stuff, but
Yeah. They're off the list. That's a
it's
good thing.
like going with whatever because it's the most money my ass has ever seen from a situation like
that's
this.
cool, man.
Yeah, this is awesome news, man.
Yeah, I had experience with the international side in like at Elwood, which was actually based in Los Angeles, kind of a similar
Someone
situation.
bought Elwood again, and it's like
Yeah, I saw
Oh
Silver,
that.
no.
Silver Lake white guy
Oh,
brand.
Yeah, yeah, it's been up and down, but
It's very up right now.
yeah,
is
very
is
up.
it? Is
It's
it?
it's
I don't
huge
even know. I have no idea, but
because there's this thing. It's like pretty. It's like a pretty rugged white dude, and girls, and it's like girls love it, and they're good at like like promo and stuff, and I see like the dude,
Okay, so they're back at it.
and it's just like they're killing it. Like good on
Yeah.
them. But fuck it, whatever.
Yeah. We don't have to comment if you like their shit or not.
Yeah, I mean they seem to make like good clothes, and like who am I? Shit, you make more money than me. That's for damn sure. So you must be doing something right. I just get my
Yeah.
Oh my God. I just had to hop on Google and take a look.
You looked at it? Why would you do that to yourself? Yeah.
This is
I mean, it's pretty normal clothes. It's just like fashion, like rugged white guy clothes.
Okay.
there
Oh, I
is
see what you mean. Yeah, like
there
me, I got a lumberjack shirt and
no, it's
shit.
not like that.
It's very cutesy.
There's definitely a thing going on in the fashion world that's very cowboy right now.
Are they gonna fucking
Fucking
have a skate team though?
Well, dude, this is not what it was by any means.
there's no skate team. It's fully like a fashion.
Yeah.
there's fucking cowboy skaters out there somewhere. Fucking come on, man.
100%.
Every fucking
Oh my God. Sal
every
Barbier is losing his mind.
fucking
Jesus.
crevice of humanity skateboards at this point. It'll be
Yeah.
fucking cowboy market.
Shout out. Oh, I mean,
Um,
I'm not mad at him.
yeah.
Yeah,
Hey,
for sure. Make that money for sure.
so kind of
Yeah.
putting it all together. So what happened between skating under the bridge and LA? Like, how did that go? You said you bounced around to school. Is that what was happening?
I just was going. I just would go college to college and like just
Within Missouri or otherwise?
Missouri, Arizona, and then I would go to New York a lot. Like not for school. I would just go to New York.
Okay.
I was just like I was just everything was skateboarding. Like give a fuck about anything. Like I loved going to school, but what it came down to, I liked going to school because of skateboarding. So it would like lead me to go to Arizona and I could skate because I go to school there. And you go
Sure.
Yeah. Columbia
Columbia,
is even a like good break from St. Louis. Like,
yeah,
yeah,
and then like my situation in St. Louis, like I don't know, I do like I didn't have problems with people, but I don't feel like I'm supposed to be there. I definitely don't feel like I
Sure.
fit. And like you said, like I talk a lot, but I feel like people enjoy and don't enjoy my presence. But I honestly feel like that everywhere. So what I've done is just like the hotter I get, the more I make the less available I am. And that's as I get older, like I become more attractive.
Sure.
Life quality of life gets a little better. I look at my surroundings and I step away. And that's kind of I've noticed a pattern. I've kind of done that as I've gotten older. But the hot thing is like it's very real for me. It sounds superficial. It is, but it's just like the better I get, the more elusive I want to be, the less I want to talk,
Sure.
and just want to show work. And I've just done that. So it's just like you leave St. Louis, I come here, I sleep on the floor at Wissman's apartment, and then end up just being a roommate there. And then from there, I move out, do whatever, and you struggle and you keep struggling. I'm still struggling now, except for like I've kind of figured out how to maneuver. And then it's just like you meet more people start to think they know you. And I'm so heavily on Instagram, people think they know who I am, and it like would make me feel really like it annoy me. So
yeah.
you
I think the
become like
term these days is parasocial. It's like not
yeah, relationship.
real.
And
Yeah.
I was told that I was a hot commodity, and I don't like that. So, but I've kind of always known,
Wait, hold on. Hot commodity could also lead to opportunities depending on,
and that's exactly what this whole talk
yeah, I
is.
see.
There's always opportunity, and it's always surrounded by skateboarding. So I
Hmm.
can't fully leave skateboarding because I love the act of it, but also it carried me into every situation I'm
Yeah.
in. And but basically I just like used all of that. And I Jabari told me this when like, and she was just like, you need to post on Instagram a lot. You'll be
Jabari Pendleton, he said
yeah.
that? Yeah.
He was like, you need to post your personality along with skating.
Hmm.
And I was just like, I couldn't really figure it out. So it was just like Like Matt, you seen it, it's just antics and me just being hectic on Instagram. I couldn't
No,
figure it out.
I
And it's
loved it.
if I could I in my head I could have been really successful with social media if I was like a younger kid then as these kids are now. Like
You can still do it, man. You don't need to. There's
don't
not an
that's the
age.
thing. I
Whether
don't
or not
want
you want to. Yeah, okay, there you go.
I
Yeah,
don't
yeah. You
don't
got
want I
good.
don't really
Sounds like you
post
have
on
great stuff going on outside of the fucking
but the thing is about social
the
media,
Matrix.
the matrix is the best thing though because
Yeah.
brings you money. Like
Yeah, that's the downside. Yeah,
that's
you're
how
got a
like
business or two, and you've got to
Well,
still
it's
fucking
if you use it as a tool, it's not a downside. Like it is a tool. It's a tool to be used to your advantage, however you see fit, whether it's
yeah. It's
whatever
just
that might
so
be.
it's hard to have it not drain you, even if
yeah
you try to like pull back from it
Yep.
and not pay attention to like the algorithm feeding all the bullshit you don't want
Oh
to
yeah.
see. And just back to that, dude. Like, I don't know.
yeah it just
The internet is weird.
think about deleting this shit all the time
Yeah.
and it's just like I can't.
Yeah, you're stuck. You can't.
Yeah, it's I tell people that, and he's like, yeah, it's like, dude, no, I actually cannot. And there's just
Yeah.
like, there's too many. Even like, I look at the count of people I follow, and I want to
Yeah.
delete, and it's like, oh wait, I actually have a relationship with 2,000 people.
Sure.
Like,
Hey, so
it's like to an extent. Like, I've like went through and like, what the fuck am I following these people? And it's like, oh wait, I've legit had an interaction with all these people,
Yeah.
mhm.
and they're
So
like always ongoing.
speaking of some of those, I don't know why I was thinking because you mentioned you moved to Colombia and then like wasn't there a few folks that moved to New York around that time? Skaters from Colombia? I don't know.
I mean,
Crazy.
I used to room with like Eddie Fisher.
That guy, yeah, yeah, yeah.
He moved like after,
Yeah, okay. So
um,
you were already doing trips out there around then.
yeah,
Yeah.
but no, not
Um,
in New York yet. I was just trying
nice.
to figure it out there.
Yeah. Right on. Well,
Hmm.
hey, what I know I can't tell your level of seriousness with corporate. Like what let's talk about corporate.
Fuck that shit.
We can and so
Stop.
back to like we can cut out whatever.
No, I
But
don't fuck anything else. Who cares?
yeah,
When did it start? I'm curious.
yeah,
Like,
let's get into the nuts and bolts of
It
that. When
started
did
during the pandemic, man.
oh, did it
yeah?
really?
I was making masks like face masks for people, and that
Sewing
was
them?
the most money I made. It's like making face masks for like Kim Kardashian and
Jesus, man.
shit like S and shit. So
Yep.
it'd be like weeks where you're just like you're handling like $40,000. You'll get a small
Yeah.
percentage of that, but the
Yeah.
small percentage is like fuck, and everyone needs masks. And then uh, I had a friend that my one of my best friend out here, he's like my brother. He owned a brand called Utmost, which is like a skate thing from Virginia that kind
Okay.
of big. But he was just like, dude, we're making a lot of money. You're like you're bad with money. We need you. I need you to do something with this.
Wait, was Utmost decks and soft goods, or was it something
Yeah,
else? Okay.
yeah. And it's from Virginia. But
Okay.
I was married at the time.
Wait,
And
wait. You were married?
yeah,
I did
I,
not know that. Okay.
I divorced in 2021. I
Okay.
dated this girl from from like college out here from 2016 and 2017
Okay.
until 2021 or something or 2022. She's really sick, but we got married. We just kind of knew that the shit wasn't gonna like work out.
Yep.
But she was just like her and this guy were just like, yeah, you like really talented. Like you have to make a product because we can't like you can't succeed. And
You can't not succeed, you mean?
well, yeah, they were just like no, they're like you can't succeed off of working for people because
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
and I think about this all the time, and I call it a St. Louis mentality because we all work for people, and I
Yep.
feel like people enjoy it. And my godfather, um, he was just like he would call me, and he would just like just because when I talked to you probably met my god brother Denver, but my godfather was when he called me. He's like, dude, you don't call home. Whenever you call home, you're like talking about a job. Like, why can't you just like move home and like you can live here, you can work at Schnucks? And I was just like, that's not the fucking life for me. He's like, it sounds like it's a rough time out there for you. And I was just like, yeah, but it's just like, what the fuck am I also gonna do?
Right.
Yeah.
It's kind of, if you heard the Jabari episode, it's rings in a lot of people's heads. Like if you're working a shit job in St. Louis, you can be working a shit job anywhere.
Dude, yeah,
If you're at that point in
I
your life where you don't have to be here, like,
Yeah.
trust me. So
yeah,
so many people that you know from St. Louis that are my close friends used to be like, oh, I'm going to move to LA. I just need to save up money. Bitch, I moved here with $400 and like
Yeah, man.
my mom because she needed it.
Yeah.
Like I didn't have anything, and it's just like that's just life. It's
Yeah.
yeah. If you
2025.
want it that bad, you'll make it happen.
Yeah, and that's the
Yeah.
whole thing. And it's just like, so I started this company because like this group of people were like telling me, and then I have like some friends, like one of my friends was getting boards from Polar and he's amazing. And I have like Dylan, he's amazing. He was like a slap 1 million guy. And then there's this
Dylan
Luke
Blatty,
Blowbad.
right?
Yeah.
Is it Dylan Blatty?
Yeah, Dylan's gonna be the first pro.
Sweet.
And then Luke Blowbad's like a popular TikTok kid who's the best skater ever. And then there's Nikki and there's Manny. And I knew this. And
Yeah, man, he's so sick.
and
Sorry, sorry.
and then it's just like they basically like I knew what I could assemble from that. And like Manny is like I knew like Manny came like a little later, but I knew and I know with Manny he's a wanted style in skateboarding right now. He's
Okay.
so there's
Are you
so there
familiar, Todd, with Manny?
I'm familiar with the crew. I'm just curious, was that the squad like from the jump, or did you kind of build it
yeah,
aside from? Okay, okay.
yeah.
So you already had the
I,
crew
I
as a
like I like really I was like really aware.
okay.
And and then some people I had on just like my homies, but like people aren't skating. And then like I kind of lead it as like, yo, this is corporate. We just do whatever. But now my mentality is like, no, 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 no. Serious skateboarding for you that want to do it, bullshit for you that don't want to do it. And I'll I know how to guide that now. But like specifically for like Manny should be a fully sponsored skateboarder. He had some sponsors, but like I said, like someone like Manny, like he was like the last one. But I was watching him for a while, and Nikki was like, yeah, like I was like, I thought Manny was getting boards from another company, and it made sense that he was, so I never asked him. And I have to send Manny boards. He's gonna listen to this, but it's just
Just get a
like,
box out to Manny tomorrow.
but he's just like I was like watching it, and I was like, oh wait, I've known this kid since he was like a child, and he's like grown up and he's just like really cool. But I knew I could formulate something cool. And there's all these things that I know about skateboarding, and I'm so opinionated on it. I can nitpick to perfect it to where I want to. And so I like made it. The first 150 boards sold out the first weekend.
So wait, did
All
you have
right.
like an idea for corporate, or did you just
Yeah,
like I mean, aside from putting together a team, did you say, "Hey, this is how I want it to look. This is
yeah.
type
I
of
I
thing?"
I knew. So this concept, I designed it in college because I liked Prada.
Prada. Really?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah. And Prada,
That seems like a weird
well, so
line to
that's
Prada.
so basically it comes down to art, um,
Okay.
and conceptual design. And then if you look deeper into things, you can find like meaning in like anything, and that's what I tend to do. And I draw. So you'll see this Ripper thing that I'm talking about when it comes out in the next couple months, and you won't understand it, but I do have show notes, and it explains to how I come to this and what Radical Dog Contest means to a luxury brand that I've built as a person from St. Louis, and how skateboarding and this equals $1,200 mohair cardigan.
I like it.
That's amazing. That's so
And
cool.
it's just like
What do we have? Here you go,
it's just
Reggie. Look at that.
Yeah,
Got
exactly.
a copy of the Radical Dog Contest
I watch it a
I
lot.
think
DVD.
So
I've seen
basically,
a
I've been watching Radical Dog Contest and Toy Machine Live,
Toy
strictly
Machine
for camera.
Live.
I did want to not interrupt, but let's dive into that. What if you want
Why
to?
Toy Machine?
Why is
Because,
Toy Machine
Yes.
the
because
top company ever? Yes.
because every video, the new videos aren't bad, but I don't watch skateboard videos really anymore.
Yeah,
So I
it's
don't really
hard. It's
know.
fucking so hard.
But all those videos, the more I watch them, the speed of the skating kind of all lines up between the people,
Yeah.
and then like the clothes are all like really good. But I'm like pretty obsessed with Ed Templeton, and
Oh, yeah, sorry. We were back to only strictly Toy Machine. Yeah.
yeah, and it's
Yeah.
the colors of the t-shirts and the wash of the jeans and the length and the shape and the saturated background of spots like lead something else that I can see. It sounds like kind of cooked, but it's just like it leads me to see like other things that I can like make into shapes.
Yeah.
But I always thought like Ed Templeton. I think no, it's an older, it's a new thought from me watching a lot of Toy Machine videos. I just like I lay in my bed and just watch Toy Machine videos, and I have recorded Scott Johnson's "Let the Horns Blow" part, and I watch it every
Ooh, that's a good one,
he
Matt.
skates
The
to bed.
banger.
That's
Yeah.
my favorite song from my favorite band, and Scott Johnson's my favorite skateboarder besides Reese.
Dude,
And
back to Toy Machine though. That their latest one, that full length was fucking really good. Wasn't that Toy Machine with St. Louis and Cordano? A
yeah,
couple
I can't
clips in
watch.
there. You don't
Cord-
like that one?
I can't watch this. The music and new skateboarding is not good. Like
Oh yeah, yeah. I
there's
just visually, yeah, I can't remember the
it's not
music,
good.
but
And the clothes aren't good.
I was psyched on the visuals and
Well, what you're
shirts and
talking
shit.
about, Reggie, I think has a lot to do with uh the format that stuff was made in. Like if you're talking about the shapes and the colors and everything, like I mean, we're getting into like, is that high eight era? Is it
Yes.
like
So
that?
I sometimes like I
Yeah.
haven't posted on Instagram in a while, even on stories, but I'll ask someone like, yo, what's this camera? Like I remember posting not as was Streets of Fire part and
Yeah,
that's the camera that was filmed on because I need to
Mhm.
find the camera.
That's
I
a
could
film camera.
find that out for
You
you
boys would
too.
know that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a Hasselblad.
That's Scott Dietrich would have been filming that.
I think it's a
And
Hasselblad.
maybe, I don't know. And I
No.
bet you'd be surprised. They list
I
sometimes
don't
the
know.
camera at the end, but
Someone told me about the
those
camera.
videos.
I think even Matt Price knows everything.
I
But
bet, yeah, photography
I
and
that's
film.
so I don't really look to new things for anything because I don't see the point because what happens when you look to new things, you start to hit a trend and then
That's a spiral to the bottom right there,
yeah,
you
Hmm.
know?
it cheapens things.
Yep.
So, but I partially live in nostalgia in my own world. Like yesterday, a girl told me that I have like I seem very innocent and I keep like a dark childlike wonder, but I understand exactly what she means. It's like that's how I can find these like nuances in skateboarding for like high fashion or contemporary fashion is because I kind of look at everything in a naive way, like I don't know anything about it. I
Sure.
know a lot about a lot of shit.
That'd be a different perspective than the,
Well, that's the way
Yeah,
you have to look at it. Like
yeah,
take the
yeah.
guardrails off rather than think about
Mhm.
what can
yeah.
and can't
So
be done type of deal, right?
I try to enter everything with like a sense of was it naivete or whatever, and it's just like it helps me like because I am a really dark person, but it helps me like just take stuff in and kind of just like put it out because it's easy for me to anyone that knows me is I'm always talking about how something sucks. And it's just like that's kind of why I had to remove myself from Instagram.
You're an old soul in that situation.
Yeah, but then like with like a childlike like brain, I guess, because like, even like kids enjoy me and I enjoy being around kids. And I'll go skate with kids at the skate park. Like I meet with this kid Jules at the basketball court in Silver Lake when we play basketball on Sundays. And he's like this little white kid that like from like a richer area, plays like he break dances and wears gold chains and he's insane. But like that, because being around like
Yeah.
adults is kind of, especially like my age or like later 20s, everyone's trying to holler at girls or your
Yeah.
girl.
Here you are throwing food on the ground, stomping it. He's like
Yeah,
so
and
excited.
Oh wow.
that's just what I like. I don't drink and I don't I just like having fun and like everyone's sense
Yeah.
of I'll do anything if it's fun, I
Yeah.
guess. But it's just like
Yeah.
that's that's I just try and keep this like sense of just like quote unquote childlike wonder because
I, I,
it helps me get through life because this shit's dark as fuck right now. I swear to God.
and I think you would need it, being
Yeah,
the
I, I
creative
I need
person you
more
are.
because
I mean, beyond like the sounds like the therapeutic help it gives you,
yeah.
but the for just to create, like, I don't know, man. It's hard. Creating shit is fucking hard. So like you being that is your like sole means of whatever beyond outlet, it seems like you're still surviving off of it. And I fucking kudos. I don't know how people do that. Like
Mhm.
constant creation. It's draining, you know. It's fucking
Yeah.
draining.
Throw in a something that has to be produced every 60 to 90 days and you're supposed to be creative. Like, yeah, it
Yeah,
can be
yeah.
difficult at times, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Todd's cracking the whip on his fucking artists over there, and we gotta move these
No.
units.
No, they got their own thing.
Okay.
Yeah, like
Uh,
I don't know. Yeah, everything's like so crazy and it's like I'm 35 now and I've kind of like it's no poor me shit, but I've definitely been put through like really like fucked up situations and it's just like shit's like kind of like I'm talking to you guys, I'm getting an email right now like and it's just like talking about like my business with Korea and I don't know how to like take this shit in. But it's like everything's happening like live.
Mhm.
I don't really like know how to like comprehend anything because I don't like come from anything except for like skating and what like
yeah, but you're learning, man. That's how you learn. Like it's fucking
Mhm.
overwhelming when you're in the middle of it, but then 6 months from now, like, oh, I know how to deal with this email. I got this before, right?
sucks though because like when I ask for help, everyone thinks I know everything or
No,
and
dude, no one knows anything. Don't let them fucking
Yeah.
fool you. My
Yeah.
God.
I went to a major clothing brand and I was trying to get a job and they told me like, dude, you're so great. Like you should do your own thing. And I was just like, how? And they're just like, I don't know, just do it. And it's like it's a huge brand. And I was like, can you just give me a job? And they're like, no. And
Mhm.
they live up the street, but they tell me every day, like, you're killing it, blah, blah. I was like, bro, I don't have the money to produce fucking 12 jackets. How do you, how, and they're just like, you got it. It's like, no, bitch, I don't got it. I don't know. I don't know how to make this.
How
Like,
about you invest in it, right? Right?
dude, like, yeah, and that's the thing. And it's just like, I'm so like, I think I'm like, just like pretty jaded by human beings. I can't have an investor and I'm so relentless. And it's just like, I don't I think about getting an investor and it's like, yo, fuck it, I don't need it. Like I'll just like struggle it out. And but then you get 191 products that I have to produce, and
Sure.
they're asking if the products are progressing smoothly without any issues.
So
No.
there's a thing called prepay,
Yeah,
and
they're sending it.
there you go.
Oh, nice.
The,
Heck
the
yeah.
trick is I have some of the products made already.
There you go.
Sweet.
Yeah.
We
What
can cut
happens
that out.
when you're really
Just
oh
kidding.
no, they
Okay.
love that. They told me that they loved how hard I worked. I
You
wish
don't want to let them know you have it done, though.
I told them already. Because they asked how why is it coming so fast?
Oh, that's good. So you're meeting deadlines and fulfilling demands, so to
I
speak,
really
right?
talk to Zoomies about corporate.
Ah,
Yeah,
I
shit. Yeah.
have talked to Zoomies many
I actually
times.
tell everyone to go get corporate from Zoomies.
Jesus. Hey, so going back to corporate, so you guys are in the middle of the pandemic. You got a squad, you got a concept, you start making boards and such. Yes,
Extreme fisheye and an HVX and an HPX too.
you're
Yeah.
in business. You're in business. No, like seriously, you guys started. Are you guys? were you guys starting to put board runs together, sell it to shops, and do that sort of thing?
Yeah, we got in like 40 shops.
Oh
Really?
yeah. Weren't
That's
you in
insane.
CCS too
But
and all that? No. Weren't you in
I the
CCS?
CCS thing, the CCS thing went like really, really bad. I'll tell you
Oh.
about it. So I was going through the divorce at the time, and I
Mm.
just started like just like really bummed out and stuff. And they placed a big order, and we were all in. I remember we were all in the garage packing it. Everyone was hyped. Everyone left. I closed the door to the garage, and I just sat there, and I was like, "Yo, fuck all this shit. Fuck skateboarding. Fuck everything. Fuck it all." And took the boards out the box and just walked
Just canceled
out.
the order basically. It ain't happening, guys.
No, they're gonna order again when we drop the next one.
Yeah. Did they?
No, I ended up just like I made this board that people thought was racist, and a few shops dropped me. It
Oh,
was
Oh, was this the campaign with the white face or whatever?
it's like a black dude whipping two white dudes in the cotton field, and the Tom Cruise alien wearing a
Oh, dude, yeah. I remember that.
I do not. I would like to see that. That's insane.
it's such a sick board.
Oh,
Quite a
yeah.
few shops dropped me.
Oh God. Wait.
I'm gonna redrop
Let's
it. It's sold
did
exclusively.
you
Drop me.
do we want to know who do we know who?
I mean,
Yeah, okay.
No,
Oh
we're
fuck yeah.
good. But
Yeah.
that means it's more quote unquote limited distribution, therefore more sought after. So that's a positive.
yeah, I mean, it's all right. I mean, I know I'm like a hectic dude. I when people get like weirded out on me or bummed out on me, I completely understand it. I'm fucking cooked.
Yeah.
So
But wait, dude, are you on the phone getting 40 accounts? Is it like that? Like,
I just email. So
yeah.
what happens is I know who I am, and I know that people know who I am. I don't have to be like the world's best skateboarder, but I'm a personality,
And you've traveled the
and I've
country
traveled a
it's
lot,
that this
and
point.
I'm
Yeah.
a nice guy.
Mm.
So, and I mean, I'm genuine. It's just like people want to support, and and don't get
Mhm.
it twisted. I'm fucking black. That's an advantage right now. It's a huge advantage right now. A black dude running a skateboard company, especially how I like am and was doing it. It's really unique and it's interesting, and you want to support it.
Yeah.
And remember, BLM was popping back then.
Oh,
People are not
jeez.
too worried about it now, but it was a thing during the pandemic.
Right, right.
So, and I used to tell people that the company was owned by a white person. They're just using my face for white sympathy dollars.
Jesus, Reggie.
Dude, it
Like
was killing me when all that was coming out. I'm like,
it's just like
fucking
I,
A.
I kind of lost that spirit though. And
That
people are
seems
like,
like it would take a certain amount of energy to maintain something like that, right?
doesn't though, because it all just like flows through my head. Like so basically I found this like thing. It's like some old like punk band or something, and there's just like some Instagram post. It's like a screen grab, and it just says like make whatever makes you laugh. And everything in the world's stupid to me. Everything in the world's money to me, and everything's a product. So it's just like I just understand like a lot of my boards had like graphics of suicide on it. Shit's kind of funny sometimes.
Could be. Yeah.
Shit.
The right
Yeah.
One time I was in New York skating LES. Some guy jumped off the bridge and he didn't die. And I remember making the joke, damn,
Fuck.
how bummed would you be if you tried to kill yourself and you couldn't even do that right?
Yeah.
Nobody laughed.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Yeah.
it's a thing. And so it's just like
I
I
mean,
think about stuff like that.
a lot of us, you said the out loud part that a
Yeah.
lot of us couldn't
I,
say.
I'm always going to say it out loud. And
Hmm.
that's the whole thing. I have to. It gets me in trouble, but you you can't fucking get in trouble if you're me. I'm not harming anyone. I don't have any hate in my heart towards anyone. I'm just
Yeah.
a nice dude having fun and being hot.
Yeah. If you want to get dark, suicide, that shit's gnarly because a lot of people that choose the gun way, that you'll like kick back and
Mhm.
reflex and blow your face off, and then you're
Yeah.
still alive, and
I
then
mean, I
you
had a
really
lot of
gotta
friends
kill
that committed
you
suicide.
gotta
I know.
kill yourself
Yeah.
or
That's
shoot yourself again. Dark, yeah.
that's why I can laugh at it because I'm
Yeah. I mean, that's the way it sucks thinking about it, makes me sad now thinking about stuff, but it's how you get through shit. plenty of
Yeah,
times, and
I explain it.
people judge when it's too soon or whatever. And
Yeah,
um,
it's like I'll tell you, my nephew killed himself last year, and
damn,
Mm.
it's I've dealt with a lot of suicides since I left, and
People back in St. Louis or people out there or everywhere in
in
between?
St. Louis,
St. Louis.
like I don't have much family anymore, and but it's just like some people are just like, yeah, you're my marriage like kind of ended because she's like, yeah, your life's fucked up. Like, what is this? And she was just like, I just like want to like enjoy. And then it's like other girls are like, yeah, there's something like dark about you. You're like really fun and you're sweet, but there's something like dark about you. It's like, yeah, shit's fucked up, and I just be raw dogging it. No,
Sure.
no numbing it. And just like it's just like, yeah, everything's funny to me unless I don't want it to be. And it's just like you just get through it. And that's just like I don't care that much
right?
because you can't care that much because the end of the day you have to still like go on for the person that you love that maybe did that to themselves because it's like there was like something going on or a weakness there. So in my head, it's just like, yeah, I can't be like that. Shit can be so fucked up, but it just doesn't matter
It's good to
because
hear it. Yeah.
yeah, nothing, not that's it's. Some people's like, you don't care about anything. It's like, no, I care about everything.
Sure.
Mhm.
It's just like
Yeah.
I
You.
also got like a lot of shit going on,
Yeah.
and shit
You.
kind of lit, like, and then like shit's kind of fun,
Mhm.
and it's like
Yeah.
yeah, like everything's like fucked up, but then it's like fun too. So it's just like whatever. Like
Mhm.
shit sucks one day, it sucks the day after, it sucked the day before, but
Yeah.
in between, it's all like really fun within that too. So it's just like I just like keep it trucking.
Yep.
Mhm.
So is corporate still trucking? Is corporate going or not?
That's so I'm working on a. I did that because I was really mad. Like I lost my job. I like skaters just like dealing with skaters suck, dealing with people suck. And I was like
Sure.
fuck corporate. And then like I was just like, there's the kid Luke. He's like super viral on TikTok and Instagram. He was like, we should quit doing it. And I was like, you know what? Fuck this company. He's like, yeah, we made that post. And then I was like, okay, we're gonna come back with a video called "Scammed by the Man."
Sick.
And so like it was
So
I dropped
are you making it right now?
yeah.
This is the announcement.
And so people and then it's like I'm really bad at shipping and I know it and people know it, but I'm really good at talking to people like, yo, like my bad. I'm just like it's a one man show for sure.
Sure.
And they're
Yeah.
like, you scamming me? And then I'm like, yes.
Nice.
And then but then I'm just like, no, you can here's this and here's your money back or whatever. Or
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
but then it's just like, okay. But I remember someone saying that she's like, you haven't shipped my shit in months. I feel like this I'm being scammed. And he goes, well, I think I like it. This
It's
seems
a
like
good.
what corporate is. And then I was like, it is what it is. This is corporate's money, and we want to take yours, and you get nothing from it. That's what corporate is.
That's the corporate experience. We
Yeah,
take your money, you get nothing.
yeah, the meek won't inherit shit because I'll take and
I haven't I haven't shared this with many folks, but during the pandemic, myself and Casey, we tried to get boards made and
Mhm,
sent like a couple grand to this company in Chicago, or not fucking Chicago, in Colorado.
mhm,
And then I was in touch with fucking whatever sales douche. Sorry, Todd. Uh, no,
No,
he was like, "Oh yeah, they're coming, like on schedule, blah blah blah." And then all of a sudden, a fucking letter came in the mail, like we owed the company money. Like I owed the company money. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what are you talking about? And I'm calling the guy that even had his number and stuff, and he's not picking up. He's like, oh, you gotta. I don't know. I just got informed that the company was just vanished. So
uh,
it was wild because yeah, they had a whole internet presence. It was that I guess everybody wanted boards made,
mhm. Oh,
yeah,
and
yeah,
they just
yeah.
popped up and had a whatever. And then
Took
what
everybody's
happened is
money.
Well, they couldn't keep up with the demand, is what was
Yes.
going on.
But
Yeah.
yet they took everyone's checks and
They took
cashed
the
them and then
money.
closed it
Yeah.
up. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So it was crazy. I somehow got the money back.
Yeah.
You know what it was? Is because I put it on a fucking credit card. Otherwise, I wouldn't have got the money if I gave them
Right.
like cash or whatever. Yeah, the
Yep.
credit card gave it back. Sorry, my dumb story.
Yeah. So
But sounds
speaking
like
of
you guys got boards,
reputable,
man.
yeah, speaking of reputable wood shops, where are you guys getting your stuff made from?
We're now going to get it through this company called HLC
Oh
Distribution.
yeah, down in Texas.
Now Ruben,
Yeah. Ruben Garcia. Yep.
yeah, he's cool. I
Sweet.
met him at this trade show I was at. I don't know. That trade show was fucked.
Which one?
It's the new one. It
The
Project?
Ve the Vegas one?
So I went to that
The
with
last
no
one
the last one. I was supposed to be there. So today
today.
I
Yeah.
went with no money and I slept on the that big glowing dome.
Yeah.
I set up all my stuff in the booth and just left it there. And I slept in a abandoned parking lot in front of that dome, and it's
Oh,
just
right.
blowing in my face. Because in my head, I thought I was gonna go to this trade show. Did it go good? Yeah. Turn up, my dog. All right. I'll be here tomorrow. All right, I'll see it. That's Hannah. Check out Hannah Tallman. She's fucked good at skating.
Really? Nice.
Yeah, but she's super good. But yeah, so in my head, I thought I was gonna go there and be like, all right, I got my little business clothes, and I'm just gonna be hectic all weekend. I'm gonna gamble, no money. I had some money, of course. I was like, I'm gonna gamble, and I'm just gonna drink sodas because I don't drink alcohol. And I'm just gonna have fun. But then it just spiraled, and I was just like, yeah, I can't post this. This looking real bad. Like little cockroaches crawling on me, and
Oh,
Oh
dude.
dude
shit.
calling me the N word. And
Oh no.
I'm like people were fucking with the brand, so I'm like typing out orders like with this dome in my face, and I fell asleep, my laptop hugged to my chest, and I was just like, "Yo, this is crazy. What am I doing?" But I was
What?
too broke to get a hotel.
Wait, did you have a booth set up or were you just cruising?
I had a
Just
booth. I only
oh
had
no.
the booth.
Oh, nice. Okay, good. For
So
corporate. For
yeah, so,
corporate.
yeah, shit worked out. But it was just like the most cooked because I had like nothing.
Yeah.
And but like I made it happen. Like I'm good at figuring it out.
Yeah.
But it was just like so crazy. And this time around, I was just like, all right, dog, like I fake canned corporate. I don't need to be out there. I'm broke as fuck right now. And I'm working on something else. But yeah, so I met Ruben out there from HLC and I really like his boards and he's just like a cool dude. So that's where we're getting boards from, like moving forward.
Good. Yeah.
Um, but then other than that, I'm definitely gonna drop the amount of boards because I have so many boards at my ex's house. She lets me use her garage and my old studio is like storage. And I'm just going to like I've been just like I mean, people still buy them. People still have to have just ask if I have boards.
Sure. Are you guys like actively out there doing like pre-books and stuff? Like, hey, new season coming up, get your orders in type of deal?
I don't really understand it.
I'll talk to you offline, bud. I can
Yeah,
explain it
so like
all to you.
people like who is it in Europe? They're like a big distribution company.
Which country?
Like maybe London or something.
UK, Shiner, Rough Trading,
A skate company. It's
oh,
big.
an actual company.
No, it's actual like distribution. It's big.
Yeah. Shiner's one of them.
Roller snakes? No, I'm
No,
so
that's a
kidding.
that's a shop.
Yeah.
Oh no, but they were going to be our Euro distribution. I blew it.
Oh, no way. Oh, nah. Did you blow it? How so?
I shipped the stuff really late, but sent it and it got sent back, and then I just never said anything.
Oh, I never got through customs properly.
Yeah, and they were like super hyped, and I was like, damn, that was money waste that didn't make it. And then I was just like, yeah, fuck it. But
Yeah.
I have to
Yeah.
like stop doing that because now it's just like I have to survive. And
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
all my friends are just like, we know skateboarders and make money, but some fools want to be pro and people want to skate and want to go on trips and it's like, yo, if you eat off of it, we're all fucking grown ass men. Like if
Figure
it's
it out.
we're
Yeah.
on it as long as you're doing right by us. So it's just like I'm
What's
I know a foolproof plan how to make everything I do make a lot of money. I'm just trying to get out of my own way. I'm
Yeah.
Well, it sucks that like there was one little piece, like if somebody just could have gave you, it sounds like that shipping debacle
It was shipping
happened.
and money.
Well, if it was not getting through customs, a lot of those rules changed around the pandemic time. Todd
Well,
can
yeah,
probably
the
attest to that.
UK
And there was like all these new
Brexit formed.
documents you would need, and anyways, I ship stuff to Europe, but it's like
Was it
samples
Keen?
and
Was
stuff
it
for
Keen?
science.
Keen.
No, no, I do. I want to go through Kane because I hang out with the Kane Dungeon Boys.
Okay. Was it rock solid? Rock solid.
Yes, yes.
Okay, there you go.
There
Okay.
it is.
Fucked up so bad, and I want to reach out to him again, but I'm not going to do it until I'm like fully prepared. Like, and that's the whole thing about this now
Yep.
is I'm such a like from outside looking in. I don't know what you guys think, but you probably think as everyone else is like, damn, Reggie's fucking on it. He's always working. He's always working. Yes, I am endlessly. I sleep maybe 3 hours a day.
Jeez, I'm envious of that,
Shit.
man.
I have like really hard time sleeping, and I can't. I'm really enjoying myself right now too. So
That's good to hear.
it's just like I'm in my own place. It's like really nice, and it's just like I can just walk around and I can just like I have everything. I have all these books. I have laptops. I have machines to make music. It's always warm here. I can like
You
bike
get your
and
sewing machine. Oh, your sewing machines are there.
I sold them.
Yeah.
I don't sew anymore. I do, but I don't sew in my home. Like I shit's at a point now where it's like it's everything has to be produced, and there's like
Okay.
certain way that the jeans are supposed to be made. Like it has to be like made chain stitch, and that's like
Hmm.
$8,000 machine, and like it doesn't work. And I don't
Yeah.
have time. Like
But
I
that's
have
cool that you're at that level. That yeah.
yeah. It's just like it sucks though because it's like I like will post on Instagram so like my godmom, my god brother and sister will see, and then like other people see because when you post on like I'm posting on Facebook, it's like people from like high school, but I'm posting for my god brother and god sister because
Hmm.
I'm like I don't call home too much. But it's just like people think I like have like a shit ton of money, and it's like no, bro, you like you do you don't realize it's like I've become like just like someone that just has to figure it out. And it's just like I'm working on relationships, and then you like, and that's like damn near the American way. You either like a good person that can move these relationships, or you're a manipulative person that manipulates a relationship. And the way I've took the route, it's a little more fucked off, but everyone thinks I have like a lot of money. It's like, no, bitch. I'm like, I'm dodging rent to make fucking 24 pairs of jeans. Like,
Yeah, but you're kind of investing in yourself right now, believe it or not. You might not realize it at the moment,
oh,
you
I'm
know?
fucking homeless, investing in a tent.
Well,
Yeah.
we'll put you up next to the 101 for
Yeah.
sure, but
Yeah.
we'll see what it
Yeah.
brings in the future.
No, I'm chilling. I'm like pretty agile, but it's just like it's just like everything like comes so fast. Like sometimes I wish like I didn't do these things, but I know that they're like they're important. And I like have to do them because like
Yeah.
my ex told me she was just like, yeah, like you I don't think she was like just talking about jobs and stuff. And I was like, I need a job, and she's like, you'd hate corporate. Like, no, I'm currently working corporate, but my job at Carhartt, but it's like that's just like I'm outside. My job was skateboarding.
Sure.
And but she was yeah, you're like your value is doing your own thing. And like I read that text like every day, pretty much. And it's just like a simple like few words because that's what it is. And then everyone out here is just like I think it'd be different. The mentality of it in St. Louis is different because they're like, how are you paying for stuff? How is but in LA just like, dog, do your own shit. You got it. Do your own shit. And it's like the girl you date is just like, you got it. Your ex-wife is just like, you got it. And like everyone's like, dude, you got it. And so your head, you're just like, I got it. And it's just like I do wish I didn't do these things, but I definitely do have it. And I'm fully it sounds like cocky, but it's like I fully have it. I just have to get out of my way.
Yeah, you're fully capable of doing it. It's just timing's a huge thing as well, too. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah. That's I don't that's the
That's
thing.
not in your control, but it is a thing, you know?
It's timing is in your control. It's perfectly in your control. It's just like about being organized, and that's something I'm not. I'm always aware of like my faults, and for corporate, I wish I could find an investor, but it would
Mm,
have to be like a business person because I don't want to handle business, but I want to bounce ideas off of someone that understands it and that has a little bit of money because I know exactly how to work it. But my brain, as I've gotten older, as I'm getting older, I know exactly how I want to do things and I know exactly where I want to end up. But it's just like I don't want to think about business. I just want to make stuff. And I'm I'm aware of people enough to know someone's gonna fuck me, but I'm gonna hurt them.
yeah.
And because I don't care about consequences.
Yeah, yeah. There's a lot of those fucking people out there, man, believe me.
I've had offers, but I had a funny offer actually. I
What,
just
for someone to invest?
yeah, I made clothes for them and they fucking paid me dirt. And they wanted to invest in, but they told me they wanted some guy to be a creative director of my brand. And I was like, what is that? No.
That's
And
what you are.
they gave me $9,000. And I was just like, you can have this money back. This contract is crazy. If you don't take the money back, I will take your money and you won't hear from me again because
Yeah.
you're trying to fuck me. And I took it.
Did you sign a contract?
No.
All right, good. Then there you go. You're free and clear.
It turned out it was like some fucked up situation. And this
Yeah.
group of kids that this lady was housing and stuff, everyone got fucked over, but I could smell it. And I always tell people like, yo, I can smell when things are happening. And I was like, yeah, like I'm gonna cook you because you're trying to fuck me. I took this check, skated off, put in the Chase Bank, and funded corporate.
Couple seasons.
Nah,
Yeah. No.
and pay for shit. That's
Jeez.
that's like another thing. It's just like I need like a whole ass team outside of a skate team. Like I don't I'm not a businessman. I'm a complete business making minion.
Yeah.
But
Hmm.
every
Sounds like you need a manager, like
yeah, so that's another thing.
idea
It's like
wrangler.
that's such a fucking LA thing. Like a human that isn't like modeling something needs a manager. It's fucked because it's weird. You start doing like a project, but the project kind of gets like sit aside, and then you get pulled out and you become like a thing.
Yep.
And then I do need a manager because sometimes like a skincare company will reach out to me or someone wants to do something with like,
To do something creative with them?
yeah, and it's just like I don't understand anything, and it's just like I did some consulting for like a skate 3 or some type of thing.
For video games?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and, but it's just like I don't have a manager. Sometimes people are just like, oh, hey, we heard this about you,
Sure.
and sometimes I respond like, who the fuck are you? Like with the thing for Huey Lewis in Korea when they
Yep.
messaged me, I thought it was a fake thing, and I was just like, the fuck. And then my friends that do a bigger brand, they're just like, that's a great
A
business.
legit person. Yeah.
Yeah, don't fuck
Nice.
that up. Well, thank God for like
Sage
me.
wisdom.
Yeah. Hey, so with where does Huey Lewis come into play then? So you got corporate going. Is Huey Lewis during that or before?
No, I was in college and I didn't like know.
College, is this AZ or
This is
Missouri or
LA. This is
LA?
LA.
LA. Okay. Where'd you go to school in LA?
I went to like a couple of art institutes,
Which ones?
Santa Monica and Hollywood, North
Hollywood.
Hollywood.
Okay. Okay.
But like people were just like telling me that I was good at design, but I didn't understand it. And it's like you tell me I'm good at something, I just was like, all right, like I don't really like care for the compliment and I don't really trust it. So I'm just like, okay. I'm like, you should start your own thing because you're not going to get a job. You're not going to get a job. And even some teacher said that. Like with your personality, you won't get a job. And so what I was doing is like, no, I will show you. I'm going to get all the jobs. I'm going to get every job. And so I just really locked in. I used to make women's clothes, and my last like couple of like semesters, they start teaching us men's stuff, and I really understood that and what it meant. And so I started building on it without thinking about a brand. But some people, my mom like lists. My mom loves like she enjoys like pop music, pop culture, and
Pop
rock
music.
music.
Okay.
So I've always listened to like stuff like that. Like Huey Lewis and News is like my mom loves it, and like I love Steely Dan. So it's like these kind of quirky like white influences on things, and I love like Roxy music. And I just remember always having cutouts of like Roxy music, like band members in my like sketch pads. Never referenced it or anything. I was like, this looks really cool. This looks fun, and just like Steely Dan things and all this shit, and then like product, always like product. And I graduated and I tried to get jobs and I was getting fucked. And it like sent me down like a really dark path, like
Like what
mental
kind of jobs are you trying to get? Like
jobs,
what's that?
fashion jobs, because I graduated.
Wait, dude, our paths crossed at Herschel. Was that during that
Yeah.
time?
And I was trying to talk to you about getting a job.
Weren't you working there?
I was just like a show. They would bring me in for freelance showroom, and I was trying to talk to you about getting a job, and you told me to talk to the dude John.
Upstairs, yeah.
It was like really weird, John
It was really weird because
and
they like didn't want people to talk to the design guys, and I was like, well, why?
dude, and
Like,
the design guys didn't want to talk to me. I see them
oh,
now.
really?
I mean, it seems as I get this a lot. Like I'm a weird dude, and I think people like feel that, and they're just like, or either they're like into it, and so I just back away. And but I remember that, and that was my first time. Like, oh, I don't see myself working here under these guys because it's really dismissive.
Dude, you dodged a bullet there, bud.
Yeah, no. And it's just like I realized like I'm not like the cool. I wasn't the cool guy. Like it's just like I always have been. I know I have, but there's there's like a set cool guy aesthetic.
In that world, I bet.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Good
absolutely.
Lord. Yeah.
You,
Yeah,
you
for
hire
sure.
like the cool like white dude, or you hire like the cool white girl, and it's always like that. And I've seen it happen time and time again. I used to work for a company called Vince. It was me and another black girl, and it was such a weird experience. And I was like, okay. And the lady that was I was working on, she's like, you won't be working here, but I really enjoy you. You can use me as a reference for anything. But I,
That's fucked. Oh,
I
good.
worked. I have like an agency that gets me gigs and shit, and I would just go through. I'm like really heavy on. I post on LinkedIn like I post on Instagram, except for
Yeah, I noticed that.
yeah, and it's really professional, and it's just like I would just besides the fact that I wear a fucking a a Chiefs hat.
Well, you
Well,
go
not a
with the
Chiefs hat.
times.
No, what I wear a Cleveland Indians hat. My profile pic. That's fucked.
Oh, damn.
And where we are now, maybe people don't like that, but I love it. It's just like I would just like there would just be like I couldn't get these jobs, but I'd get so many hits. And I would go to the interview and they would just lead me on and be like, you don't, this is not the right fit, or we filled the job. And it just shit got really dark. And I remember just getting into an Uber and this lady, and I was just like super bummed. This lady, this old black lady, she asked me, she's like, are you gay? And I was like, no. And she goes, that's why you will never get a job in fashion, right? And I was like, what do you mean? She's like,
Ah,
you're a straight black man. You're scary. And from the sounds of our conversation, you're really opinionated. That's not wanted. What you need to do is start your own brand, because if you realize all straight black male designers that become something, they have a brand and it works and people want to take from it.
Fuck.
that's
And
So wait,
actually
who was breaking this down for you
some,
again?
some old black lady that
Yeah.
drive that was driving me in an Uber.
Yeah. Knew her shit.
And then so it's like the creative director of Gap follows me. And it's just like
Yeah.
this is like I started my own shit and it's getting traction. And I hate to say it, it's inevitable that now that people are seeing my own work, even though I was sending my own work with resumes and a CV and a portfolio
Hmm.
and fucking removing who I am, dressing up to go to these interviews and like buying like nice clothes is like trying to cook my identity to go please these hoes. And it's just like, fuck it. I'm gonna wear the same sweatpants every day. They're really fucking nice. They're wool cashmere silk. I made them. And I'm gonna wear my little dirty vintage shirt that I got from Alex and Gabe from Sawyer. And I'm just gonna make clothes and it's sick. And all these people are like wanting my attention now. And it's just because I did my own thing. It's sad, but it's true.
Well, that's
Like
actually better than a resume, man, because anyone can talk about anything on paper, but if you start to do it, then I mean, how you're presenting
I
yourself and
didn't
what you're making is your resume ultimately, you know?
I didn't know that. I was just like all I all
Yeah.
I all I like I'm a very smart dude, but all I know is skateboarding.
Yeah, but a
I
lot of
wouldn't
the
beat yourself up on this
Like,
life journey of yours too hard.
no, man, that's like how
Yeah.
you learn stuff.
well, no, that's all
Yeah.
I think. That's all my brain would like think about. Like, it's
Hmm.
just like I know I need a job to survive, but I only want to have fun. So it's just like skateboarding was like the most fun to me. Now skateboarding so heavily at the time is like, oh fuck, I got an interview today. Bring the shoes. We skating after. Like, and it's just like skateboarding provided me with all the opportunities, but I just wanted to skateboard. But then skateboarding started to get weird because of the people in it that I encountered, and then I was like, yo, wait. This shit's stupid. I just really like making clothes. And so
Nice.
like, but now it's just like it's definitely been like I hate the word, but it's been a journey. And it's just like now, like I just got hit up for another job, and it's just like I can demand the price, but
Fuck yeah.
something about it, it always falls through. It always falls through. And I was talking to my mom this morning because I got this job and I designed this collection for them. And in fashion, typically how it goes, companies will ask you to design a collection. They'll you
Take
make
it.
it, you design it, and they take it. And
Yeah.
I knew that I designed it, but I already produced it.
Ooh, good on you. So they can't even, yeah.
So it's like the shit that when you guys got on, I was shooting. I already produced it. So what happens is you didn't give me the job. You drop that. I will drop this. Remember, I have about 5 to 6 thousand followers on my Instagram, personal, and I have like a few thousand on Huey Lewis one. If I say you stole from me, it's gonna look really bad because you're an LA company. I'm a young black designer with a decent following. A
Yeah.
little delicious, but this is the game we're gonna start playing.
Well, dude,
Bit of
it's kind of an
chess.
aggro industry nonetheless, you know? Like,
I really
yeah.
don't want a part of it. I just want money. It's just like skateboarding. I don't want to be a part of skateboarding, but
I,
I can manipulate it to make money off of it.
dude, I just don't think you found the right opportunity where you sit. Like, you got too much going on to where
Yeah.
you're not gonna be able to walk into an interview and nail it. You know what I mean? Like, it's gonna kind of come organically and something's gonna happen, you know?
I've kind of like given up. Like I just like sent my portfolio to a job offer today, and it's just like, bro, does this even matter anymore? Like if I can make it through February, I got my little Korea situation. I have three like pop-ups this month. I'll be fine. And it's just like become really good at handling your fucking money, kid. This is
Yeah.
what I need to do. But I don't buy things. It's
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
like, there's
It's still really hard
yeah,
to
like
manage money. It's
yeah,
like,
especially it's like the fabric and making a skateboard is
mhm.
insane because
Yeah.
it's like there's it's like even though people are buying products, it's still money coming out. I still have to front money out of my pocket.
Oh, absolutely. Then you gotta sell it and then you gotta go chase them for money again. Like, that's a whole process right there.
But that's the thing now is I don't do that. I would rather have the product than not have the money. Like with my situation with this, I asked for 30% up front and I demand it. And it's just like you I'll keep my shit because I have a community of people that are willing to buy it.
Yeah.
Like it's just like I never thought in my life I would be able to sell anything. I know I'm good at selling things, but like some the stuff that I'm making, like from skateboards to fucking leather jackets, is just like the people that are like buying it. I'm just like, damn, I'm from St. Louis. I just used to sell Adidas for Randy. I don't, but that's how I knew. Like, you're like good at like you're good at like flipping and you're good at getting by. Like it's okay.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Yeah, and it's like so I'm just like overall like for me everything's all right. I'm in like definitely living how I'm not. I don't feel like what do you call that? Like not like regretful, like how guilty, but it's definitely just like
Mhm.
I mean, it's like a bunch of my friends like killed themselves or like died or like some of my friends like aren't happy with their lives or some of my friends could have did something else like some of my friends
Mhm.
are happy with their lives and it's like my family's like a little like different but it's just like just think about that like you guys are talking to me about things that I just do for fun and I'm also
Yep.
showing them at the same time while
Mhm.
making them and I just like telling you I don't do things that I don't want to do like life is like fucked up, but it's like shit's kind of lit too. So it's like
Yeah, dude.
I,
Dude,
I
what?
I honestly don't have any complaints. I'm just a shithead.
Yeah, but we we wanted to talk to you because yeah, no matter how you seem to like be the typical St. Louis self-deprecating, we see what you're doing and
It's
it's
impressive.
stokes us
Jesus.
out for
Yeah.
sure. The creative spirit you have.
Yeah, I think
It's fucking impressive. And like back to like or other stuff like you don't have to feel like you're stuck here in St. Louis. Like we like showcasing that about people. Like
mhm.
you're out there doing it. Like
Think
and other
bigger. There's
people,
opportunity.
yeah, there's like a pretty inherent like lack of pride here in St. Louis. And
Yeah,
then
you know what's crazy? People move out here from places and they don't say they're from the place. Like I used to hang out at FA a lot, and my homie Greg was just like, "It's so weird when niggas don't say where the fuck they're from."
oh, they
Reggie
say LA or whatever.
No, no, no. They'll like there was like someone asked like I was used to skate with this dude and I knew we wouldn't be friends long because of how he answered that conversation. Bro's he's like from Ohio and then someone's like, "Where are you guys from?" I was like, "I'm from St. Louis." And he's like, "Ah, I lived in like New York."
Oh yeah.
Oh, I've been
Yeah.
to New York. It was cool.
What are you talking about? Like what? And then there's all the Ohio memes and stuff. It's like, why the fuck would you say that? Like, why are you ashamed of like where you
Right.
fucking going to some podunk ass town? It's like it doesn't matter. Like you're here now. But that happens a lot. Like there's so much
Yeah.
syndrome and just like I wish I had imposter syndrome. My dumb ass. I just fucking just walk around like just probably a little too proud. Date.
Dude, that's funny. Hey, so when is Ripper? When's that going down?
It's such an expensive process. So probably I'm hoping again in July. I had my last show in July. I think I'm just gonna do it again in July
So
7th.
is Ripper a show or is this a product type of thing?
Everything's a product because everything's money.
Okay.
Nothing that comes out my mouth is not a product.
Will Ripper
Business.
be an event?
Yeah. And
Okay.
so basically what it is, you know Jim Greco's video Jobs Never?
Yes.
It was
It's
amazing.
it's that.
Okay.
Except
Oh, wow.
except for it's fashion. So instead my last fashion show, I'll send you guys the link to my last show. It was a
Please.
fashion show, it was runway.
Yeah, dude. Be psyched.
Yeah.
It was runway. And there was so much put into it. And I don't even know where I got the money from, but it was just like and then I since I've been out here, I'm like an events guy. Like I throw events for people like through Carhartt, I'm like doing like parties and this. And then I was like such an outside guy. And it's just like I can be fun, but I would just be like, I don't this isn't really me. So now I'm just like, wait, and then the fact that like everyone can do a runway show. And it's like everyone can do a film, but when it comes to that too, there's like a lot more that goes into it. And I have like really good like producers and stuff. And luckily everyone's like willing to help me for free. And it's just like I didn't used to take advantage of it, but now I have to. And it's just like because the money's coming. And it's just like, but I have to like advance myself every time. Even if I could do a show that's better than my last show, I think it should be a film because it's just showing another way to show clothing.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
I'll show it at the theater. I'm in talks right now.
it sounds like you're saying, I mean, it's a skate video, but maybe take the idea of a skate video to the regular person. Well, not the regular person, the person buying the clothes that might not
I'm
skate.
trying to feed everyone
Hmm.
while not
Yeah.
feeding everyone. But it's just like the clothes are just like they're going to be fucked up expensive. Like the processes that I'm like doing, it's like it's a lot of time and it's a lot of money and it's a lot of sampling and going
Yeah.
back and making sure the fits right. And then like I use so much natural fabric and it's like you gotta like this
Yeah.
dyeing and the
I
size.
was wondering when you're saying you seem to be at the point where you're creating something, somebody else that has these expensive machines is making it for you. Was that difficult, like letting go? Because you seem to have a lot of control over
When I
stuff
moved,
when you don't have to do that, right? Like it
no,
turns
when I
into
moved,
this, like, are you having to like get a sample, make sure it's what you want, send it back with
so
whatever
basically,
you don't like about it, or
yeah, so basically my relationships, I don't know how this always happens, but there's always an older lady that takes me in as her son at a factory I go to, and they just kind of let me run them up, and
Yeah.
that's awesome.
I
Those are
start to
the that's the lady that sews all the samples for everybody and she can do whatever you want for you more or less, right?
yeah, and then there's like older. It's just, I deal with like a lot of like Koreans and Hispanics here,
Yeah.
but they're just like they just kind of just let me control things, and I just show up whenever, and I think they like the fact that I know what I'm doing. I know how to sew. So I make my patterns. I make every first initial pattern. So every like thing that I'm like doing, the original piece comes from me. I make the pattern, I make the first sample, I pass it off to adjustments through the
Hmm.
sample. And then like say yesterday I made a pair, I sewed a pair of jeans, but the waistband was too small because it was like a quarter off and a
Yeah.
16 off. And some people wouldn't notice that. Maybe you would just make a new waistband, but it's like, no, you're sewing, Reggie, your sewing was wrong. And it's just like, I'm really meticulous about that. If it's a half inch seam allowance, it needs to land in a half inch.
Yeah. Are you making tech packs to go with your samples or are you just making samples?
I make the tech packs and I make the samples, even though I don't need
Okay.
to make the tech packs because I'm hand delivering everything.
Yeah, but you still have to hand it off to someone to make
I don't
production.
need
Oh,
you need a tech
Can
pack.
you explain to this ignorant fool here what a
Yeah.
tech pack
What
is?
tech pack is, it's a spec sheet made in like Illustrator or
Oh, okay, sure.
Instas. It just
It's got
has
all the pattern dimensions on it and stuff.
yeah, it has every
Okay.
sizing of like
Yeah, yeah.
literally every piece of like the clothing, and
It's like a blueprint for your
it's
clothes, right?
exactly
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
It's like a skeleton, and
Nice.
that tech pack you could send that without a clothing sample and get a clothing sample. So that's I'm really good at that, and that's how I do get jobs, but I don't like doing it. But I do make tech packs for my clothes, but I don't use them because you can just take a sample
hand it
here
to someone that knows how to sew proper and they can figure it out.
because there's the sample and the pattern coming with it. You go, here's the pattern. Show it, make it look like this. Make this jacket look like this.
Sure.
And then
What
it's
super curious to know, what's the software most tech packs
Illustrator.
would Illustrator?
Illustrator,
Yeah.
then you put it I do Illustrator, then I put it in Excel.
Hmm. Do all the text or whatever.
The idea is like you could be able to send a tech pack to multiple factories and kind of
Yeah, you
get
could send it
samples back.
overseas. Like if I make something overseas, I'll send a tech pack.
Yeah. And you could
Hmm.
determine what factory you want from what they come back with based on the tech pack. It could be a train wreck or it could be spot on, you know?
I'm
Just liking
fucking
that
good at
term,
the
tech
tech
pack. I
pack.
like it.
Tech pack, tech pack.
Yeah.
Crazy tech packs. That shit sucks though.
I bet. Yeah, you guys are like, fuck tech packs. Like, I don't want to deal with those.
So much measuring. And if you're just like cooked how I am, I'll measure the same fucking like front of a plaque.
What was that? 17.1/8 or whatever.
Dude, that's like yesterday, like my sewer, I'm like growing on him. He's a new like I'm new to him, but he can probably he's like this kid doesn't have money and he's just like I'm bringing him like the craziest shit, bringing him like a cowhide leather and painting. So I need you to make a type 1 trucker jacket out of it. Type 1 has pleats in it. The leather's like this thick. And he's like, I can't. And I was like, I can. And he's like, why don't you do it? And I was like, he's fine. But he's just like, all right, what's up with this kid? And they don't really speak English, but it's just like you come in and you just like get this relationship, and I'm just sitting there, but they're like I asked him like, "Do you just want a tech pack?" They're like, "We don't need a tech pack. We're telling you we can't sew a fucking piece of
Yeah,
wood."
it's too thick.
Dude, I
But
don't know why.
I'm
Yeah.
really pushy with that shit. Like I always get what I want, and it's like you have to be like relentless. But like you run into some problems. Like today, I had an argument with my like sewing lady. She's like, "Where's you didn't bring the money?" And I'm just like, well, just make it, just make it. Back to me actually.
Good for it.
Yeah,
Dude, I
no,
don't, I had a random thought with your, like, yeah, you're just talking about sewing leather. Dude, it would be amazing for Tim and fucking Reggie here to like bounce thoughts off each other.
Yeah, Tim
I know
Bruns. He
Tim
lives
Bruns
nearby
is,
you. Very much
oh,
yeah,
into it.
I linked up
dude,
with him and Glenn one day.
dude, he likes to like fucking sew leather. Like he's
He
all
makes he
about
makes hats and
it.
shit.
Dude, he makes everything, man.
Yeah, no, he's
You
fire.
guys, yeah, I bet I don't know, it'd be fun to hear you guys bouncing off ideas off each other.
I don't really talk about fashion to anyone. Like it's like it's because here it's like a show. It's like fashion gets you girls and endorse
Yeah,
Nikes.
yeah,
It's like I'm just
yeah. Bruns likes the technical side of fucking everything.
yeah.
Like
See, I
it's,
don't. I just like basically what everything is to me is being able to do whatever I want. Like from owning corporate, it's just like, oh, why doesn't my friend? Why you guys just like shop flow my homie? He's good. I don't believe in like flowing people products unless it's like you get to know them. But
Sure.
oh, fuck it, I'll make a company, and it's like, oh, why won't you guys give me a job in fashion? You know what? I can rival this. I'll make it, and that's like my whole thing. Is like I just don't. I don't care about the technical side of things, but I care about a product so much that it becomes an obsession with the technical things because you don't achieve like quality without getting technical about things.
for sure.
It's like
Yeah.
overall, I'm just kind of a nerd. I feel like most skateboarders are.
Very
Mhm.
obsessive, very detail oriented. Absolutely.
Yeah.
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 Nice. Well, dude, Ripper.
Yeah.
And
So
Man's a man by the man.
It's
That's the real skate video.
wait, you're gonna stoke Joe Herbert out, that's for sure.
Yeah,
yeah.
I want to do something with Joe.
Ooh, let's
Yeah.
get him walking like down a runway.
That'd be cool. Well, so Warfel sent me these photos, and like I don't know if like you guys know about me and Warfel's relationship. Like
I
some
would say it's pretty deep, right? Like
yeah yeah
you're dude, I was just looking at I got a beef truck somewhere around here and
yeah Warfel's kind of been
anyways,
around me
you
like a
yeah.
majority of like my like life, but like Warfel's like this weird like kind of like I call him like I explained to my like ex like it's like this dude's like my guardian angel because whenever like something really fucked up happens, Warfel just happens to like show up. Like when my nephew killed himself, Warfel was in town.
Hmm.
In LA.
And
Yeah.
my sister died. Like, well, my sister got murdered, but dying is the same shit. But like
Right.
Warfel
Yeah.
was like sent me something without knowing, and then during like my divorce, Warfel was like met me in New York. Something else happened. Warfel and his friend that passed, uh, they showed up at this pizza place I was working at, and I was like really down bad. Like looked like it physically. Like I was just like really like I've never known if I was depressed or not, but I found out like after a while that was depression. But I remember Warfel just showing up randomly at this pizza place with his friend because they were book fair, and like Warfel always shows up when I'm like fucked up like in one way.
Yeah.
I have like every piece of mail. He just recently sent me like a Harold Hunter, like fucking like magazine.
Oh wow.
No, sick.
And then
That's awesome.
I was going to Jaquan a lot during the pandemic, and he sent me a Stevie Williams board,
Oh wow.
and I took it there, and a funny situation happened, and Stevie signed it, and I was just like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I gave it back to Worf.
Oh, that's sick. Yeah, get it signed to the back.
Yeah, like,
That'd be
and
fun.
then like even like yeah, I don't know, like Worf is like it's like weird
He's
in a
he's a
trip.
good dude, for sure.
Yeah, he's my favorite person. But like Worf's like anytime like something fucked up, I just think like, oh, this like Worf's gonna pop up.
The universe talking. You guys are connected.
Really weird. I tell my mom about it all the time because my mom knows Warful from just like me talking about him, but he's like kind of always just been there.
Hmm.
But anyways, to go back to the Joe Jackson thing, I wanna because it's like I'm the only person that owns a skateboard company out of St. Louis that is does what corporate does, and I don't completely want to fade out of St. Louis. I want to like do things in the city, even though I'm not often there. Well, actually, I'm secretly often there.
Sounds like you are. You come back to recoup, right? Recharge the batteries.
I just hide, but
Yeah.
it's just like yeah, I just like
You've
walk.
got your mom here, right? So
Yeah.
that's
Yeah, so
perfect
I just stay at my
excuse.
mom's
Yeah.
house and I like walk to
Yeah.
fucking the city. What's that? The history museum or whatever. And I'll just like fly back because I get like these layover, whatever those flights are.
AAA
Yeah,
passes or
yeah,
whatever.
yeah, like all that. And then so I'll just like, I was going to fly back for this, but then like I have to make all these clothes. But it's just
You're
like,
talking about which history museum? Missouri History Museum?
yeah, I'll come back for
Yeah.
a day and just leave.
Yeah.
But Warfel sent me these really cool graphics. It's of like one's like of a I won't tell you what they are, but I want to do something with these I was going to make boards with them, but I think like the graphic wasn't correct, like what I wanted to do. But then Joe made a graphic, and I was like, I'll turn this into a board for you.
Joe Jackson.
Yeah, and he was just like, he's like he gave it to Jason or something, but I guess like they didn't do anything with it. And I was like, I'll do it. I'll make it a board. I'll make like a 50 round. And if you film a part,
Oh
and then
shit.
we can
Yeah.
go to St. Louis and we can just do something. And it's just like,
Excuse me.
but then I want to do something with Warful, but I have to go back into it. And it needs to be like an art show or a photo show in St. Louis and this and that.
That's what I'm hearing. Little event, right?
Yeah, and that's the thing. I'm really good at throwing events. And
Oh,
so it's just like everything has to be like that. So I'm like trying to figure it out, but I like that stuff was cooking and I just kind of like just got really bummed out on skating. And
Happens, man.
I'm like
I think everybody goes through phases of just it's just too much sometimes.
especially when you're so immersed in it. It gets a little
Yeah.
overwhelming at times in every facet of life.
every skateboarder and fools are just like, yo, where's my box? And it's like, yo, you skate for fucking Ruka, bro.
Skate for Ruka. Don't you have somebody to grapple with? Come on. Slow
Oh,
down.
like shit like that. It just like cooked me. And it's just like, but I'm like friendly to everyone. It's like I want to see everyone win. But it's just like, bro,
And
this shit.
that's a hard thing to do when you want to keep a skateboard thing going.
Yeah, and you're
Yeah,
one man at the same time,
Yeah.
right?
just run a business. You have to like be like selfish in this, and
Yeah.
that's like my downfall. Is I'm not really that, and it's like that shit fucks you. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
even outside of skateboarding, I've been fucked because I should have been more selfish. But I think maybe I'll just stay this way because I can make it happen regardless.
Well, I know
Um,
you might know what I'm getting at, Todd, but even on a pun intended corporate level, there's a company that it's not out of business, but it kind of exchanged major hands that was known for being very giving, and that was kind of a downfall. Like you can't give
yeah,
all your fucking product away, like
I,
especially on the level of like becoming a shoe company. So
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. But nonetheless, Ripper, well, I'll look forward to it. That sounds exciting. And maybe
Yeah,
even little
That'd be
project that coincides with St. Louis down the line as well, too, huh?
yeah. I kind of want to do that in the summer. I'm trying to keep myself as busy as possible. The more I don't really get tired, the more shit I do is the more chances for something to hit really big. And
Yeah,
there's like eyes on seems like there's some eyes on everything I do right now.
good.
And I'm gonna be temporarily selfish just with my time at least and just like make sure the shit's like all the best and then just like try and like I can't perfect it, but be better with the business of like corporate and like Huey and
yeah.
need to figure out a team. Maybe I do this without an investor, but if you know investors, tell them.
God, I wish I
We'll put
knew.
a Venmo link right at the bottom of the podcast. How about that?
Eh,
Yeah.
nah.
I think us old farts can definitely say like this is the time to be selfish. Like you don't have any, you're not married, like you said, dude. Be selfish right now. Like
Yeah, that's
especially with what you're trying to do. Like you want to keep this
oh,
creative thing going.
Yeah, you
Um,
got to look out for number one, man.
so
That's kind of how it
yep.
goes as far as that.
Hmm. Um,
that's for sure.
yeah,
Cool.
it's definitely
Matt,
time to do it.
you got anything else for Reggie?
No, that's it, man. I'm stoked he was able to sit down with
Yeah,
us.
Well, I'll probably see you guys soon. I got a date in St. Louis in a couple days.
love it. Well,
What?
well, it's Valentine's Day. Of course you do.
Oh
Oh
shit.
no, it does. I mean, no, I don't. Girls hate. I thought I had it. I
Do
thought
you
I
ever
had.
get back for extended stays, or you just kind of dip in and dip out?
Yeah, I kind of just dip in, dip out.
Yep.
Like right now, where I'm at, I don't want to stay anywhere. Like, I mean, I want to move to Toronto to end my
Mm,
life. Like, not like kill myself, but just like,
yeah.
That's the retire zone or whatever
yeah.
it's called.
But
The
right now,
but
like, I'm just everywhere I'm going, I'm like gonna go to London next. Then I'll go back to Korea, and I'll be in Toronto quite a bit this summer. And it's just like, yeah, I can't sit anywhere. I can't sit still right now, and I've never been able to. Like, it's when I moved here, I went to like Denmark.
Mm,
And it's just like, I don't think it's like with the whole being selfish thing. I think I need to like see a lot of shit because no one in my family's seen anything, and
yeah, yeah.
that's
it's
important.
yeah,
Mhm.
and I think honestly, like if people like traveled more at a young age, they wouldn't be so fucking ignorant. Not
Most definitely. That's
yeah,
a
and just like
yeah.
the Midwest is fucking ignorant and racist.
Yeah,
If there was like some type of program that would send like every American kid to study abroad or something, we would be so less cooked of a society. But
for sure.
I
It's one of the
mean,
best things about skating. It pulls you out of,
yeah,
if
you
you
have to
choose
around,
to explore it that much, you'll get the fuck out of St. Louis. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
or
So,
even like if you skate, you're just always turned on to all these alternative things and
mhm. If
people.
anything, just get out of your neighborhood. And some
Yeah,
people,
it's just like
we all know it. There's people that don't
Don't.
leave like a
Yes.
fucking 4 mile radius their whole
yes,
life. It's like, what is like,
and it's just
what
like
kind of
there's
life
people
is that?
everywhere.
Like,
It's just like I didn't even know fucking like Jared existed, and that became one of my friends.
What existed?
Jared,
Jared
you know
Owens,
Jared,
Jared
divine
Owens.
consciousness.
Yeah, yeah. Justice Owens.
Oh,
Yes,
just. I'm
Oh,
sorry. Got it.
yeah.
Oh, you
Um,
guys are going back. Okay, under the bridge. I
but
remember.
yeah,
Yes.
Bridge,
but
I don't know
like
if
Yes.
that's where you would have met him, but
Yes. I remember that dude. Yeah,
that's
yeah.
just
yeah.
where like that's what I mean is like I don't, everything's so diverse if you just fucking like move around a little bit, and
Yep.
that's just all I'm.
Yeah,
Granted, St. Louis is very black and white, like race wise.
for
Literally.
sure.
Yep.
We're pretty unique in that way. Like
Yeah,
at the city level, yeah.
and it's
It's
just like I don't know. I just definitely think like people should like explore more. Even just like how I tell like everyone, like everyone. Granted, like everyone's like grown now and like kind of seems like people are settling down back home. So I'm like,
back to those all those bridge folks. It's like,
that
yeah,
sounds cool. I mean,
yeah.
like my last relationship, she said something. She wanted something serious, but my life was too hectic. But I mean, it would be cool to like do that. But
Dude, you got a lot going on, man.
Yeah, for sure. And again, that kind of all comes back to timing. Again, your
Mm,
crew that you're talking about, that's that time in their life potentially, where
I'm trying to get
yeah.
rich so whatever girl I marry can divorce me and take my money.